Nature isn't as quiet as you think it is. It is loud, so incredibly loud, but not in the way you're familiar with. Not with the growls and snarls of animals, the sound of the wind whirling, or even the waves crashing upon the sand. It speaks and it sings in every little breath and movement. When the stars twinkle, it's music. The knot in a tree, a single message of the trunk's thoughts and memories. Every ocean current, a murmur of the path it has yet to take. And all of these small intricacies of the world press upon me, willing me to lend my ears to their thoughts and desires, their life and their future. It's overwhelming. And yet, if I had to turn my back on the song that follows my every step, that rocks me to sleep as I slumber beneath the night sky, only emptiness awaits. I'd be falling back into a hollow life, straining for something that is always just beyond my reach. And so I'm here, blooming with the melody that grows every day, continuing to listen to the song that guides me until I'm able to play along. And one day, I'll compose my own aria to sing amongst the stars.
There is a great war emerging. A war between righteousness and evil, the light and the darkness, between the truth and the lies. As this great war wages right beneath the surface, it threatens to drown whom it touches. The war for my soul threatens to tear me apart. The truth of the great Triton protector has shown me the lies of a false god who deceived my tribe, the Nalos. Now they remain manipulated by the lies and isolated from the other Tritons. Within my body, the light of Persona ignites a great flame, but I have been touched by the darkness of the Shadowfell. The divine light and the shadows have given me the blessings to use my powers to help and defend the individuals of this world. May my mind, heart, and soul be filled with righteousness and not fully engulfed in the evils that have influenced my people. May I have the strength to face my indiscretions of my past and save the Nalos from certain death. May I find balance through this war, to use my love and the pain that I have endured to protect the very people that mean the world to me. For my new tribe, my new family. This war remains, but I will fight it gladly until I become one with the protector of the infinite seas, Proximus.
Hey! Hi! I don't have time for this. No offense, very busy. Hand me that red flask. The one on the left. Your other left. Oh, it's Winnie, sea scavenger extraordinaire. Shouldn't she be scavenging? Yes, I should. But no, there's things out there. Star things. Powerful things. World-changing things that need to be investigated. There's something... Jeffrey, don't eat that. Something I know I knew. There's so much I don't remember. Don't know. I have to relearn it. But how? So, I'm here, experimenting. Trying not to set the ship on fire. I don't even know what I'm looking for, exactly. Can a star be created? Can you get close to making a star? How do you reverse engineer the biggest magical object you've ever come across when you don't even have it anymore? See, I'm really good at the questions, but all I'm finding so far are more of them and no answers. Well, and a potion that makes you, really strong, but that's not what I wanted. Hey, do you... No, Jeffrey, don't eat that!
The freedom was what I was searching for. I found it in the crumbled remains of a statue. I found it in the sails of a stolen warship. I found it in a spark. Or a flame, rather. But I know it's not real. The shadows that wither and watch at night remind me of that. Each soul that I've marked in order to protect others reminds me. It all reminds me that I wasn't strong enough to stand on my own. I couldn't escape without selling my soul to an even worse evil. Or what was left of my soul anyways. It wants to consume all it can. All the power that Omaris has to offer, all the life that it can take. I can't let it take any more than it already has, any more than I've already given. I will not be the reason that this world ends. Come hell or high water, this can only end one way. Because I have too much to lose if it doesn't. I can't lose it all again. I won't lose it all again. Not this time, you fickle fit bastards.
Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
Ahoy and welcome to Horizon's Call, everybody. Welcome back. It feels like it's been a while. It's been a week. You might notice that we are down a Kaila today. She is busy playing Barbie, and I mean that in actually kind of a professional sense, but Kaila will be back next week. So fret not, your murder mermaid will return. I am Derek Sword. I am your GM for this game. You might say that I am your guiding compass as we navigate the treacherous seas of Damaris. I am joined by some very lovely people, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves momentarily. But before I do that, I do want to say that you can actually impact this game and tip these lovely people for the amazing work that they do through Pally. There's a Pally link that you can see over in chat. Pally is a wonderful tool that we use to evenly spread anything that you are generous and able enough to tip this cast and crew, and evenly divides it. It does all the math for us. It doesn't take the cut that Twitch does, and it is a beautiful, wonderful tool. And it shows a little, like I said, appreciation for the talent, for the performance that these people are able to put on. So should you be able to do so, it's very much appreciated. And if you hit certain goal levels, like $5 for an advantage, more than that for crits, all that, you can even do, I think it's 30 for a black spot, which is a complication. And if we do a complication, I have to sing a sea shanty. But complications just kind of make things a little fun for me, fun for the players. So that is all listed there as well. I say it's very much appreciated if you do stuff through Twitch, if you subscribe, if you do bits, all that kind of stuff. It's also very appreciated. It still impacts the game, but that goes directly towards the channel to help us pay for licenses. And we much rather try to support our players first and foremost, and until we can do it out of our own pockets. After we've broken even. But yeah, until that time. I'm gonna let these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and who they're playing, since it's been a minute. So, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
I'm Mare. I use they she pronouns, and I am playing Acacia, your soul knife star druid, soul knife rogue star druid centaur Acacia, who uses she her pronouns, who is just dealing with things right now. Let's go.
Yeah, dealing with things indeed. We're gonna have some more stuff to deal with today. It's fine. It's great. She's got it. She's handling it. Eva.
Hi, hello. Now I'm unmuted. I'm Eva. My pronouns are she, her, and today I am playing your sea elf alchemical artificer, Winnie, who also uses she, her.
Wonderful. Last, absolutely not least, at least for today, Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Michael, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Proximus, your Triton Shadow Sorcerer Paladin with the homebrew Horizons Call Oath Guardian of the Infinite Seas.
Titles never get shorter. Also, special thank you to Michael. Shout out to Michael for the incredible artwork that you see on the screen. Michael did all the artwork for Horizons Call, all the characters, all the NPCs, and also does the artwork for our Humblewood game, which plays tomorrow. So you can check out all of Michael's stuff on his socials. I suggest you do so. It's good shit. Awesome. So, Michael, actually, while we're talking about you and hyping you up and everything, I believe that you have a recap for us for this week.
I do.
A special recap, in fact.
Michael had too much time because he was sick this week. Honestly, it's
The floor is yours, sir. Take it away.
Eva, you let me know. When we last met our heroes, Winnie threw a birthday party at Phoenix Landing with the help of Acacia. The three crews danced through the night away, and Scarlet and Marcus openly danced in front of the crew for the first time. Meanwhile, the Nalos Triton Dominaria came to enact revenge on Proximus for killing Eula Saltsmire. She decimated Proximus's underwater dwelling and eventually took his right eye, making him, branding him with a branding smite. Proximus defeated her and spared her life. Later, he called the group away from the festivities to deal with the waking Dominaria. Acacia patched Proximus and mind-linked the group with Dominaria. We reviewed all of our memories of Eula and convinced her that we were telling the truth about the lies of the Nalos and who Eula Saltsmire really was. She believed us in the end, but broke her shackles and lunged at Proximus. He hugged her, and she matched the embrace, where they stayed until each fell asleep. Winnie and Scarlet stayed with the two, and while Acacia went home. And the next morning, Acacia brought a beautiful breakfast where we ate on the beach overlooking the ocean. And I believe that is where we are at. However, we should probably finish out the video. So I'll let that play. And then I'll mute myself.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you for doing that, Michael. As always, you are charitable, so very charitable with your artwork. And it's so top tier. It's so good. Okay. Well, with that fantastic recap, enjoy your inspiration. I wish I could give you more than 1 point. It's an on and off thing. Okay. Well, we pick up then shortly after your breakfast on the beach with Dominaria, and it seems like you all had a plan to visit Rollin or to do anything else in town, but you all have at least met Dominaria. You have met Dominaria's plesiosaur, and you all can go wherever you like as it stands right now. So what is the plan?
Well, I think we were walking towards Rollins with
Rollins.
Dominera,
Yeah.
and I think I don't know if this was serious or not, but we did kind of just like discuss dumping off Dominera at Rollins like indefinitely.
I think dumping her off was maybe that was the tongue in cheek, but I think maybe it wouldn't be the worst idea for.
Oh, we gave a great many reasons on why it's a good idea, but
Oh,
out
yeah.
of character, I wasn't sure how serious we were.
I was pretty serious.
I really think that she would be a good part of the crew, for obvious fighting reasons. However, I think she needs to get her
Bearings.
land feet up under her, if it will.
I don't like that
staying
phrase
here.
for some reason. Land feet.
So, land feet underneath them. I feel like maybe she should stick around for a while and then learn as much as she can.
Are you expressing that to Dominera, or are you all doing this through a mind link?
I feel like she deserves agency in this.
Yes.
Like we're just talking in front of her.
Yeah, like you're literally talking. She's in between you. And you're like, I think Dominera should stay here, and she just turns. You're like, yeah, I think it'd be really good for her. You're just like patting her on the back. Don't you think so? Yeah. Okay. New fresh baby to the surface.
Hey, here's your surface day. We have a surface day.
She has a new surface day. So I share a surface day with Scarlet, and then she shares a surface day with Scarlet's actual birthday. Right.
Yeah.
Well, birthday party, I guess.
Yeah. The connection's a little loose there, but and she's been to the surface before anyway. But yeah, no, that's fine. As far as you're aware, this is when she's staying on the surface. Okay. So walking through town then, I think you get a couple of second glances because this is the first time another Triton besides Proximus has been seen around here, especially a Triton that, like, the Nalos have a look to them. You know, even when you saw the other Tritons in Fall Maril, they didn't have like the jewels, they didn't have the bioluminescence, they don't live as deeply as the Nalos do, so they don't have like the carapace that the Nalos kind of, you know, old Tritons kind of adapt to their environment a little bit more than like sea elves do. So you get a couple of second glances at Dominera, who does have these much darker markings, these darker patterns, this like even purple-esque color to her, and these very like glowing bright yellow eyes. Yeah, anything you all want to do in town, or are you just heading straight to Rollins?
How long have we been back? Technically a day and a half, 2 days.
Like a day, yeah, because you got back, you had the Scarlet party, and then that was literally last night. So it's the morning after Scarlet's party. You all have not been even back for 24 hours yet.
We probably should not give Rollin a reason to look for us. Regarding the mission, at least.
Right.
Okay.
I think we should head there, yeah.
Yeah. With
So-
Dominera?
Yeah.
Question mark? Okay.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I feel like if we're gonna introduce them and drop her off with Rollin.
Well, let's see what Rollin has to say about that.
Yeah. Well, we should see how both feel about that.
All right, right.
So you all continue through town to where you look up on like the hill, the valley-esque hill that Rollin built his outlook, his lookout on. You can see that it is pretty finished. It is an imposing stone structure. I mean, he has his wizard tower. It he has crenellations. There's supports built into it. It's pretty sizable, all stone. And there is a cut walk path that's actually been made now, which I think is relatively new as well. Stone set into it, like he has his place on the hill. And so walking up that way, Dominera will turn to Proximus. Is this where your king lives?
No.
That's in
Uh,
character too, by the
yeah.
way.
So the way this this whole island works is everyone there's a council where many people make decisions instead of just one.
Ugh. Why?
Uh, because there's different points of views that we have to take into consideration. Not just one.
A warrior's needs versus a child's needs that will not be going to war are completely different.
She looks shocked at Proximus. Your children do not go to war? It is called infantry. Infantry for a reason.
There are many things that a lot of other cultures do not utilize, and I've realized coming to the surface that we are an exception, not the rule.
A very strong outlier.
I will have to train your town's children. I see this now.
If they want to learn.
I feel like there is a place for that, and but you have a lot to learn in a short amount of time. Do not try to overload yourself, and let's not push our culture on other people.
All I am saying is if you throw enough spears at someone, they want to learn to throw them back. I will leave it at that.
Please
Kinda
don't just
true.
start randomly throwing spears at people.
I actually, yeah, Proximus laughs. Like,
So you continue up the hill then until you reach the fortified doors of there's not just the doors to the inside. There is an inner keep. There's a courtyard. Essentially, it's what Roland has built. He has not just one level of walls. There are a couple levels of walls. And you can see that he is not alone up here. That there are townsfolk who actually are walking about and have little badges, little patches that they have kind of tied to bandanas, almost around their sleeves that have a symbol of a phoenix on it. And it seems like Roland may have created a town militia, as there are ballistas that are set up on the walls. And as this is the high point, this is probably the defense of Phoenix Landing for what you have. And you would recognize some faces. There are definitely some people from Korra who have, it looks like, volunteered, enlisted in the town militia. There's no official uniforms. They're not wearing armor. They don't seem aggravated. The gates were open when you came in, so nobody's all two goes there sort of shit. Everybody's just kind of doing their shift. You continue on into the inner keep, which was the last time you were here the only standing structure. The floors are finished, the roof is finished, and as you go in, the windows have natural light, but there are also, you see magical lanterns that are lit as well, a chandelier, and you go through this short entryway to this massive circular room, which is where you last saw Roland, which was certainly under construction last time. It is finished now, stone everywhere, massive circular table with all of these books and papers and scrolls and manuscripts and maps all laid out, and Roland is pacing back and forth at the far end of the room between a long line of bookshelves that are basically just encompass this inner sanctum. And go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what kind of chandelier does he have hanging, Derek?
It is wooden, circular, has
okay, so not
candles on it.
fancy.
No, this isn't
Okay.
glass and gold or anything. This is
Okay.
just it's to light a large, well-lit area.
Legitimate
It's function.
question.
It's
Yeah.
functional, because I was gonna give him
Yes.
shit if it was fancy.
I would say there's definitely a lack of decadence to everything. Like even the doorknobs are just brass. There's no bronze, silver, gold, any type of precious metals here. Everything is very utilitarian, and definitely has the feel of like practicality over presentation. That is to say, there are still stained glass windows in here, though you're not sure whether they were magically created by Roland or, you know, he got a glass blower to make him stained glass. He does look up as he's pacing, as all of you enter and the door closes behind you. Ah, you're back. Fantastic. You're alive. Also great. Did you... Were you successful?
Hello to you too.
Hello. Sorry. Yes.
Hi.
And who you did
We succeeded.
Yeah.
who's your
This is
Scarlet reincarnated, you see.
Of course.
No, Scarlet did not
Scarlet, a
reincarnate.
market improvement. Yeah.
No, Scarlet did not reincarnate. She had some business to attend to and could not join us.
Marcus is there in Scarlet's stead.
Oh, right.
Hello.
He's always just kind of here now.
I'm a rogue. I'm silent. Yeah, it's when your friend keeps bringing her boyfriend around and you're like, okay, like, we don't, like, dislike you, but
Yeah.
like, do you have your own friend group?
It's kind of weird
Yeah,
when
right.
she's not here, though.
Wasn't that a movie? I Love You, Man?
I love you,
It's like-
Marcus.
But
You mean Dupree?
But, yeah, hi. We didn't really go anywhere that had a lot of, like, you know, souvenir type stuff. So all we got you was the ring. And she's kind of like presents little Jeffrey, who I assume is still holding it.
Oh, is he holding, or did he? Yeah, I couldn't remember
it's
if he was
still in
holding it or
his-
vomited it up.
I was
It's-
gonna say
okay.
it's big. It's big.
Mhm.
Yeah, they've it's been hanging out in the bag of holding.
Okay.
I was pretty sure we agreed once it was in there I didn't need to maintain the reduce spell.
Okay.
I'm happy to reduce it on its way out.
You might have to. Otherwise, we can say that little Jeffrey
a hula
like
hoop.
Sisyphused it up the hill.
No,
Just been
make
rolling
him
it the whole
do
time.
that. Our boy.
I'm getting reps in.
Yeah. Jeffrey starts to hack like a cat, and then like points to you.
Oh, yeah, here. Oh, Roland, do you have like a little something to like dampen its
Magical aura.
yeah.
Oh. Sorry. I thought when you said dampen, I thought it was going to be wet. Yes.
I don't think so.
Great.
Unless he just drank something he shouldn't have, which doesn't happen often, but it's not out of the question.
Yes, I can absolutely create an anti-magic area.
Good, yeah.
Maybe don't do it right on top of Jeffrey, because
No, I also wouldn't do it in here. There's a lot of magical things that would not go well if you
Okay, maybe
anti-magic zoned this.
Jeffrey, why don't you just kind of like swallow that back down, and we'll go somewhere more appropriate, because it kind of has gotten us into a little trouble already. Like calling down things that we didn't really want.
Sure,
calm down.
I am aware of the aura these things have. I do have an area
Yeah,
prepared
good.
for them to keep them in stasis.
Yeah. So yeah, I won't jump the shark then here with yeah.
Your toy may vomit up the ring. Now I can deal with it.
Only upon request. He's not gonna just like randomly just take the ring though, because there's a couple other things in there that should probably not
maybe Proximus or I should grab it.
yeah.
All right. Jeffrey, like a bear trap, opens his jaws.
With that
The
extra little
unhinge.
like
yeah.
yeah.
Unhinging
Like
of the
clicks
jaw.
into place.
I'm
I
not gonna
love-
let this scrawny ass wizard pick up this giant ass ring.
I love that the only other things in there are the mirror of life trapping. Because you never know. My old half plate that I got when like Winnie started, and I've just been dragging around just in
Oh.
case. Annette, and 5 trident. No,
Who's Annette?
every goddamn time.
Every time.
Every time.
And my old trident. Because
Oh,
I
right.
am always sentimental about starting equipment for some reason. It's a video
Is
game
that-
thing. I've
Is
just
that
like
character bleed?
it's absolutely
Yeah.
character bleed. Well, no, to be fair, I always felt like she should just have access to a weapon like a trident, but I just never use it, so
Yeah.
into little Jeffrey it went.
Roland does cast a floating disc, and you may expel the ring onto this.
I'm curious. Does little Jeffrey do
Hi,
it?
curious.
GM, I'm curious. Does little Jeffrey divest himself of the ring when Roland says he may? Or does he wait for one of us to say something? I'm not like partial either way. I'm curious.
I'm trying to remember the bag of holding. How big is the opening on the bag of holding?
I don't know.
Well, you have one, so that's why I'm asking if you can hover over it and see what it says. Ugh.
The thing is like the bag of holding isn't in the bag of holding, so I have to.
I understand.
The
but
bag
you
has an
have
interior
offered-
space. It's roughly 2
2
feet in
feet.
diameter at the mouth.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I will
that is, like-
reduce it. Yeah.
That's just enough.
Yeah.
Because you have also used the bag of holding's dimensions to fit things that should not have fit in Jeffrey's mouth before. So we can consider that Jeffrey can like unhinge all the way to where it's just bag. So that is just enough to get the ring out. So Jeffrey hovers in the air, flips upside down, and just like it kind of sloughs out like an anaconda getting rid of John Voight.
I'm
It
gonna
just-
help guide it, Derek. I can't.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna help guide it onto the
It's
disc.
fortunately not wet because gods, why would it be? That's a question I'm not ready to answer. And it thunk onto like you watch the floating disc like bump a little bit as the gravity of it takes hold. That was deeply upsetting. I'm not talking to any of you for 30 seconds. I'm going to deal with this.
I
Is
pat
that
the
punishment?
top of little Jeffrey's head, sort of like I'm like ruffling his hair, but he doesn't have hair yet, so I'm just.
I don't like yet.
Yet?
Jeffrey bear trap snaps back into place.
He probably
Dabs.
won't. I'm just saying, like, there's always room for growth.
Winnie, yet?
Not hair growth. Like, I don't know. He's ever evolving. He's a complex creature.
Being.
If
thing.
you're
Yeah.
gonna give him hair, at least make it look like coral or something.
Oh,
I'm a
Ooh.
bicentennial shark.
ah.
Mother, I
Dominator,
wish
this
to be
is
called
not
Haley
the
Joel Osment.
conversation that I wanted you to listen to first time on the surface. But here we are.
Yeah, Dominaria is just saying like the surface is very chaotic. Nope.
Mm.
Sure
Mhm.
is. Yeah. So, ta-da! We did it.
Roland exits out. There's a room at the far end of where you are. I guess like the 12 o'clock. If you came in at the 6, there's a room at 12 o'clock. There's also one at the 3 and the 9. And he exits with the floating disc and returns without it. Wonderful. Can I help you all with anything else today? Are you ready for your next mission?
Do you know where these pieces are in like there's a general like I know it's on the map, or do you know what they are being used for and who is using them? Because I feel like we could have got a better information before we got to this one.
It was far more complex than I think any of us realized.
I gave you all the information that I had available to me. I assure you of that. Many of these rings were near lost to history. I have piecing together puzzle pieces over the spans of sometimes thousands of years. I'm doing the best that I can
Oh
track
no,
these
that was
down.
not notes. I don't want you to take that personally. I just was wondering if there is more information or if you did give us all of it. I don't. That wasn't meant to be an insult.
All right, noted. I would not hide pertinent information from you. What was the situation? I know storm giants were said to have had it. Was that in fact the case?
She was a Kraken lady giant.
Yeah.
The Stormcaller,
Oh.
not the king, who's also dead
Yeah.
now.
The king was quite pleasant, actually.
Yeah, he was really nice. And then he died, which
Alright.
was sad.
I want to say that we became friends, but we'll see.
There was a good respect. I
Yeah.
think he liked you.
Yeah.
She didn't like us very much, though.
I can't see why not.
No, but
Um,
like she tried to kill us, not just like she didn't agree with our personalities didn't.
Right,
Mesh.
you did say Kraken, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that yes, that didn't go optimally. Well, I'm glad you all made it back. +1, it seems. And
Oh no,
By
she
the
was
way-
already here.
Dominara,
Ah.
Rollin, Dominar.
She is Nelos, Titan from my tribe, Nelos, the Nelos.
They look at each other like in the eyes, look each other up and down and go, okay. Anyway,
Oh yeah, we did just kind of introduce her as like Scarlet reincarnated. Haha, just kidding, and then left it at that, huh?
Mm.
no, you corrected. These are two people that are so on the spectrum, like different points off by like just a little bit, but just yeah, they're like, oh, are you also really into Hot Wheels? Yes. Good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep, perfect.
Anyway,
I love them.
I enjoy them. Anyway, continuing on.
I love both.
So
Wait.
yes, in the research that I've done, I have deduced the potential position of 2 other rings.
Are any of them more time sensitive than the other?
I do not have that information, so I could not tell you.
Where are they?
One of them, I have gotten information, is in the far north of the former Orc Kingdom, said to be located at the heart of the former Orc capital of Savitar.
I have a
As I
friend up there
underst-
right now.
Small world.
Maybe we can go visit them.
I can give them a heads up. Anyway, the other one, it could be an on the way situation.
The other one is in a slightly more tenuous position, depending on your current relationship with the Empire. It's not necessarily in Imperial lands or territories, waters. It's close. It is. It's a dwarven. No, I'm sorry. That's the information that Eva has. Back up, because that's the third option. I thought Eva was going to say that.
I am. I was just listening
okay.
to him first.
The second option is someone I believe that you are familiar with, a
Friend?
Marid. No,
Oh.
as I understand it, no. The Marid that led an attack on you all, really. At
Oh,
All
yeah.
Unreal.
Her.
Yeah.
Right. I have it under good authority that she has a marvelous collection of artifacts, one of which happens to be a large Elder Ring.
A large
Larger than the one
collection,
we-
you say.
Larger than the one we just collected, like an outer ring of the apparatus?
Yes, I believe that you all found the smallest. All the other rings should be larger than that. What was her name? I'm going to see if I can find my notes on that real quick. It's something. Here it is. Zora, Her Eminence of Beautiful Death. She is a Marid Khatun, leader of sorts, a queen.
And
And as I
she's-
understand, yes, go ahead, please.
She's an Imperial Lands.
No,
Waters.
I'm sorry. That's me that's me about the dwarven thing. No, she
Okay.
is actually in an interesting position. She is located, at least on this plane, somewhere near the broken bridge, probably towards the center of it. I understand that she has a palace there, but also that palace has an entrance to the elemental plane of water, where she is known to summer.
Can you ping the map on where this entrance is?
Yeah, we're talking like dead center of the broken bridge down south there.
Oh God, we're literal opposite things on the map.
Oh, okay.
Would we, if we, just out of curiosity, out of character, if we went south to where her summer home is, would that be passing through Nibirian's waters?
Nibirian's no, because Nibirian is north. Nibirian's Wake is directly north of you, so it's technically Nibirian's Wake is right between Polanus and Niralir.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wasn't sure if we could hitch a ride. I just remember us passing through it on the way back down to Satyria, so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not far from it. You could absolutely, like, I mean, Acacia actually, I don't know what spells Acacia has. Acacia might have Animal Messenger if you had something like that. Or you could have a druid in town send Animal Messenger to go chat with Nibirian and see if you can hitch a ride to expedite your travel.
It's not prepared, but I can do it.
We have time.
But yeah, no, as
Yeah,
far
we can.
as far as you are aware, Nibirian is a resource that you can utilize in the area where you are. And actually kind of a defensive point too.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea.
We should probably tell him that we're here. I don't think we have. So
have you caught up with Nibirian?
no, I haven't talked to him since we saw him last. But that's a
Probably
very
go
good
say
point.
hi.
Yeah.
Let's put a pin in that for future discussions, especially, well, one, you need to say hi to your friend, and two, having a friend that is an ally to Phoenix Landing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So he just told us, Roland just told us that some of these rings are bigger, which makes sense because they have to fit inside each other. He just told us that they're bigger, right? That was an
Yes.
in-character thing that just happened.
Yes.
Hey, so you were saying that you have, like, magic dampening things, spells? Is it possible?
An area.
Could you maybe make an area on one of the ships like that, so that when we teleport rings, if they happen to be bigger than little Jeffrey's mouth?
Creating an anti-magic area is a very difficult thing, especially on anything that moves.
No, it's
and
fine. I
putting
just
it on any of
realized-
your ships would also make the ship likely not move, considering I believe your sails are magical. Some of your weapons are magical.
Well, I didn't know if it was like
I think she meant like a hold,
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I didn't know if you could do
like a contained area.
yeah.
I will look into it.
Okay.
Honestly, it does involve... There is a rune carving type magic that I could utilize in a basic sense. I might be able to create a semi-permanent magic circle for you.
Regardless, it's going to take a little time and research and energy and probably money.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how, like, to best keep all of us, including the ring, safe.
Sure.
If it comes to be a size that we can't more easily transport it. I noticed, so in your Derek, can you remind me? Jeez, hi, kitten. Can you remind me how far away from the general area of the ring in the former Orc Kingdom is? How far away it is from Winnie's researched flooded Dwarven Kingdom ring?
It's pretty far.
Oh, okay.
So I will ping on the map here. So the Savitar is, if we're looking up way up north in the crown, Savitar is like right So if you look at it, ping right up there. I mean, it is you would have to trek into the glacial white of the crown for probably a couple of days at least. The Winnie isn't exactly sure where the Dwarven Kingdom is. She knows the name of it, and she knows that they have an Elder Ring. But to skip and give you the information, since you will likely ask Roland anyway, that is
2 seconds from doing it. Yes.
right over here, just like 2 squares south of Commander's Rest over here. So it's like pretty dang close to, pretty close to Imperial waters. I mean, by all reason, that those are Imperial waters, but it's not like right dead center of all their shit. It's just, it's off the southern coast.
So is it fair to say that it's sunken?
Yes. Winnie would know that it's a kingdom she's never heard of, even among other dwarves. This is a sunken, lost dwarven kingdom.
I will make this easier. In character, Winnie is going to say, hey, so in all of your research about like rings and stuff, did you happen to come across anything, or in any of your research not about rings, I guess, about the Dwarven Kingdom of, my notes don't actually say what the kingdom is called.
It's Halvaruk.
Halvaruk.
The like common name is Kingdom of the Cold Star.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do you show him the book that little Jeffrey was like coloring in?
I will show him my yeah, I guess I would, because it had like the actual picture of it.
Is this the information you found in your one-on-one, Eva?
I don't think so. I think this was in a full session, full player session.
I don't know. I don't think we got into the nitty gritty in the session. I think it might have been like in DMs or something, because the book I found in the one-on-one, and then it's part of the books that I've been like searching through. Like I have poor Derek. I sent him this cross-reference, like, hey, when Winnie is researching, this is what she's looking for, because I, Eva, am never going to remember all the things. So
Fair enough.
In my like dwarven lesson research and just categorizing, I've been trying to like look for certain keywords. It was a book of dwarven throne design, and it's got a ring incorporated into the throne.
I think it was last session or maybe 2 sessions ago. Winnie did discuss. Jeffrey was coloring the book, showed Winnie. Winnie did, I believe, tell at least Acacia and I believe Scarlet about it.
Oh, didn't we wake Scarlet up? Isn't that what?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, that's
I think that's
right.
that's when you shot the crossbow bolt at her door. That was.
We're really.
That was a good time. Yeah, I completely forgot we did that.
No, not we. You. We were against this.
Well, I meant.
So, if you show
It was
Roland
an impressive
that,
shot.
It was. It was
he will
yeah.
snatch the book from your hands, and I'll put it on the table. He will run over to the bookshelf. He'll scan furiously until he finds this large leather-bound, just absolute tome, like as wide as his shoulders are. And he slams it down, comes back to the table, flips it open, like dust flies out of it, and he's just scanning down this page of Dwarven. And he goes, Winona, I think you... Very well done.
Hey, thanks.
It seems
Little
as
Jeffrey,
if
that's
you
a
have
no-no
found...
book. Don't chew on that one. No. No. Nope.
Just looking around at rocks to chew on.
Mm-hmm.
He flies up and starts gnawing on the chandelier. It seems as if you have actually found the key. The main ring. To call it a key ring is
Hilarious.
not apt. this is the largest of them. This is the master ring that we would need. And yes, he does show you on the map, as far as I am able to tell from the books that I absconded with. The last known location of Halvaruk was somewhere in this general area, and he'll pinpoint on a map where I did. So just south. It seems as if they were a supplier of precious metals to the Empire in pre-Diluvian days. And everyone lost contact with them post-Diluvian. So
I wonder why.
hopefully that would be an easier mission. It is always easier to take things from the dead than it is from the living. I say always. That's not necessarily true. I've met a necromancer in my time.
Sometimes the dead come back, and that's not really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Coming
that
this
happened with
Halloween.
this ring.
I'm actually
Oh.
stronger fighting them than normal people, so I think
That's
I don't have
convenient.
I don't have a problem with that.
Have you ever fought the dead before?
Oh,
Liter-
plenty of times. Yes,
No.
Like literally 2 months ago when we got this ring.
correct. A big giant, storm giant, skeleton,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
undead.
Hey, do we have a mind link up?
No.
Okay.
I
I like that you said that out loud, and Roland goes, "I'm sorry, a what?"
I was wondering if we were all thinking about sausage. We do that sometimes. It's like this fun little game we play.
Sausage link.
Anyway, the real question is we'll need to get Scarlett's input as well, but we need to decide where we're gonna go next. I am going to agree with Roland that maybe one of the locations where there are currently hopefully no living people would be a little easier. Both present their own challenges, though. I would suggest that if we know anyone who used to travel pre-deluge, my dad, maybe we can see if he can get if he has any knowledge about where that might have been located before the world flooded.
Curio.
Also, I don't know how much we're going to get out of him, but it's a start. Maybe his old ass can tell us, point us in another direction. Alternatively, I can also reach out to my friend Ace, who was actually doing archaeological digs and research in that exact area. And I can talk to them, and if y'all want to come with me, you can ask too.
Yeah, that would be fun. Well, and it would be good to get kind of like an idea of the climate up there right now, because I'm pretty sure, it's very cold. So it might behoove us, so to speak.
Did you do that on purpose, Winnie?
No, as soon as I said it, I was like, that's gonna... But,
Immediately, Proximus
losing
glances
it.
right
Wait,
at
who's losing it?
Acacia.
I get it. Hooves. She has hooves. 4 of them. Yes. Amazing. I've never heard a joke before.
Winnie is just aghast, turns to Proximus. Did you not have jokes when you were with the Nalos?
We had jokes, we just didn't have acacias. Right? We didn't
my
have
brain-
centaurs down there. So
Okay.
I'm actually
mostly had
surprised that she
sarcasm.
even got that.
Yeah, so talking to Ace now, probably a great idea, but also like maybe we want to wait for better weather, but I think they would know the best time to...
Well, we have to wait till it's nighttime before we can talk to them, before I can take you to talk to them.
Sure.
It should be able to work. It worked when Thea and I went out and were able to go talk to I'm blanking on names. Jesus Christ. Stargazer Nav.
Stargazer Nav.
I thought
Yeah.
you were just
right.
being
No.
coy.
No. No. I literally could not figure it
She
out for a
really
second.
committed to that.
Yeah.
Acacia would remember Stargazer Nav.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of weeks. That's okay.
Well, Lynn, we were able to talk to Stargazer Nev, so it should work in theory. But it needs to wait till tonight if we want to try it. And who knows, maybe they were able to dig it up and they have it on them. Ace was actually there.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Derek, would, since that area is underwater and close to the mid-seas, would that be outside of the area for the nail, or would I have any information?
You're talking about Halvaruk?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. I think that's several weeks of travel from the center of the mid seas would be. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, like at least 5 weeks of travel by ship.
Okay.
I think that's probably outside of what would be like Nalos territory.
Right.
And yeah, the Nalos didn't really have a lot of connection to anybody, really. They kept pretty much to themselves. 2 other things to note. First of all, I did talk to Kaila about this, so I do know what Scarlett's vote would be. Given these 3 options. And the last time that Acacia contacted Ace, they were at one of the southern sites. So they would have to go further. Yeah, this is the capital. So
but they did say they were going north.
They did in fact say that's where they were headed. So you might catch them, like at this point, you might catch them along the way. Yeah, or you might catch them back at the site, but likely they haven't
gotten it yet.
They haven't reached there just yet. Yeah.
Well, wait, how long would it have taken them for if I would know this, how long would it take for them to get to one of the southern areas to the capital by land? Because it's been a while since I've talked to them.
It has been. The logic I'm going to use on this is
they're researching too.
They're researching. Yeah, they're doing a bunch of archaeological stuff at Site A before they get to Site B.
Yeah.
And also they're traveling in a literal blizzard on a glacier. It's slow going. It would probably be like for them on foot a week of travel. If they have they probably have sleds, animals, things like that. You did see things that they could travel with, probably about half that time. So a few days. Eva?
Yeah. Roland, do you know anything, or do you have any like books or anything on the broken bridge, or like a Fodor's guide or something? Like, I mean, I don't
Fodor,
think...
the human that held the door that one time?
No. The gnome that goes around, like, collecting information on different locations for people to visit.
Damn, I wish I could remember the other guy who does those guides. Who's the other one that does
Rick Steves.
Rick Steves, yeah. You're thinking of Stick Reeves.
Shoot, you're right. I always confuse them. Dang it. That was quick. Just, like, are there any, like, places of power or things where she would be likely to make Zora, to make a fancy summer home that can...
Honestly, I'm surprised she was there in the first place. She must keep her palace well hidden because the Broken Bridge is well populated. It's a massive trading hub, all of those islands so close together. They also have a number of valuables, spice, precious metals, woods, other supplies. They trade literally all over the place. Most islands are considered to be trading hubs. So if she is in the center, she must have her... I'm going to guess it is an island palace, although it very well could be underwater, but knowing Marids, they don't like their wealth to float. So she likely has it defended or hidden in some way. Though, from what I was able to tell, it is considered somewhat mythical in the area that if one sails far enough into the mist on a misty day, that you will find a magnificent palace that literally streams rainbows from it and is protected by a massive and deadly creature.
Ooh.
Such
could it
is the
be?
the fisherman's lore.
Hey, do we need a southern outpost?
Let's put that on the things to consider list for now.
It is said that the creature is so magnificent that itself is covered in wealth.
Oh,
That it gleams
Oh,
with gold.
no.
One of those again?
yeah, that's definitely a potential description for that.
Oh no, this thing is said to be larger than any ship. These I would not say this is a Morkov.
Okay. So it's not like a sarcastic, so beautiful. Is it a unicorn? I've always wanted to meet a unicorn.
A unicorn that sinks ships?
Well, I mean,
You used to
I've
draw
met
that
some
all
very-
the time as a little girl.
I've met some very
I was a
angry
little
horses.
concerned about it.
It would not surprise me.
Unicorn, seahorse, Godzilla.
In fairness, I was usually riding the unicorn as it was sinking ships. So
That's literally just, what are they called? A hippocampi, but with a horn.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we have options. I thought I had something really important about books. Oh, does Winnie, in all her social butterflyness, know anyone on Ascension who might be from the Broken Bridge, or
Yeah, I mean, if not from there, definitely people who have traveled there. Like I said, the Broken Bridge is very well populated because it's one of the safest places to travel.
Woody
I mean,
would
you
like
have-
to go rumor mongering at some point after this, but
Yeah. It's very diverse. It's very well populated. You get a lot of people from the Narrows. You get a lot of Tabaxi. You get a lot of lizard folk, turtles. There's also an island of Harengon down there. I mean, you're also near Ivornus and Gondola, so you get Leonin and Knolls and Nubites and the elephants.
Loxodon.
Loxodon, thank you. Yeah, basically satyrs. I mean, it's just
It's happening. If Winnie ever dies, I'm coming back as a Loxodon.
Evil will never let me
Nope.
never let me forget that I advised her against being a Loxodon in this game.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It almost it almost happened. Imagine, Michael.
Yeah, I can't.
Out of character, Derek, what was Kayla's vote?
Kayla's vote was for a quote Winnie story. So since Winnie found the dwarves, Kayla is basically going to give the vote, her extra vote, to Eva.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. But that was her thought. Is the dwarven thing sounds cool.
I also want to ship submersible, and,
Oh, yeah.
but that's just Michael being greedy for a submarine.
Yeah, I'm seeing the, we do need a fourth ship, and we don't have any submarines yet. We have a merchant, we have a battleship, and we have whatever the heck the Redemption is.
Acacia needs a ship.
Sailing ship.
A sailing
Acacia's
ship.
the only
Yeah.
one without a ship.
That's true. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, Proximus doesn't have his own command, so submarine,
Right.
what would Acacia have? What does
I don't
Acacia
know.
want?
This is not the time to have this
Right.
conversation.
Dirigible, flying horse.
And think
No.
about it,
In
Scarlet's
chat,
being
in
really
chat,
greedy
tell
because
us what
Scarlet
we
has a
need.
warship and a relationship.
Yeah, but that can be no. It's fine. We don't
That-
need a relationship. Everybody, it's fine.
That also
Anyway.
brought me joy and it brought me pain at the same time,
Yeah.
and I didn't think that could happen. But thank you, Derek,
Wild.
for
Yeah.
changing my
That's what
life.
I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
So,
Well, I
go ahead.
think I think we should, I mean, we don't need to decide right this minute, right? Like you should talk to Ace. I would love to be there if that's a possible thing, because I would like to meet your friend.
I would like to invite as many people as I can bring that are willing to go.
Does Dominera want to go? I'm like such a
Um,
gossip about her now.
The only, no offense, Samanera, but I would like to see your reaction seeing snow for the first time. But it might be a bit too much.
Looks at Proximus. What is snow?
It is water that is frozen that falls from the sky and then it sticks, and then it gets really hard. When we got up there,
She slaps you. Heresy. Sorry.
Yeah, let's maybe skip that and just stick it to us three plus Rollin and Marcus. If you want to come, you're more than welcome to.
I go wherever Scarlet tells me to go.
Bless.
But I can't do that until tonight, so we have time to kill.
We have time.
I can talk to Dad about the sunken dwarven city
Mm-hmm.
that was lost contact, and go from there and other, threads.
I am. Oh, no, that's for sound. I think I'm able to because I'm a terrible person. Can I use minor illusion to make it snow around Dominera and Proximus?
Yeah.
Okay. If
I love it.
I'm pretty sure it's just
It's just an illusion. It's not like you don't feel the cold or anything.
it's not concentration, so
Really?
that
Wow.
is weird, isn't it? It takes a
Right.
minute.
Well, it's just a cantrip, isn't it?
It is, which means
What's the wisdom save to see through it?
which I'm not worried about fooling anyone. I just want to give like the vision.
Well, I'm trying to see what Dominera's reaction does.
Intelligence
she think this is real?
investigation.
What's your DC, Eva?
I don't. Oh, my spell save is. I don't know what this means. Oh, it's 16 because it's a bard spell. I was like, I have two numbers and I don't know why. But I would also like to make it cold with prestidigitation, which I'm pretty sure I can do.
Okay.
Chill. I'm just making it chill.
So you make a 1 foot square of Dominera's body cold, and then start to create illusory snow. She panics. She rolled a 1. She reaches for a dagger on Acacia's belt and starts slashing wildly.
Oh no,
at the
I will
snow.
not let her take my.
Okay.
I'm not letting
Okay.
her take a fucking weapon from me.
I was gonna say,
Absolutely
if-
not.
Sleight
If
of hand,
Proximus
sleight
has
of
a dagger, she's grabbing for whatever she can get her hands on, is slashing at the snow, and will throw it towards the ceiling, where it lodges in the ceiling. And Jeffrey stops gnawing on the chandelier for a moment and goes to pull down a knife.
Maybe don't do this kind of stuff for someone who's just getting to the service.
Yeah, no, that's a good
She's
idea.
hyperventilating.
I just- oh no.
Hey. Okay,
I'm patting her on the
slowly-
back.
I've
It's
dispelled both the cold and the
Breathe in for 8, hold, and then exhale for 8.
You know what? I'm
She looks at
going-
Proximus. Witchcraft, Proximus.
It is just magic. She was trying to immerse you in what snow would be like. Though the cold doesn't really bother me, or I don't think it would bother you either. But I'll be right back. Did she grab the knife off of me?
Whoever she could, yeah. I will say,
I think
if
It
nobody
would have
wants the knife
probably
taken off,
been me. Yeah.
she had one just hidden on her back. She pulls that out and just slashes.
I
mean,
float up
look-
and grab the knife, and I kind of spit in my hand and rub it on the hole in the ceiling.
Say that slower.
Oh gosh.
Okay, let's just skip that. Let's keep
Crazy.
going.
Amazing. Yeah.
Don't
Um,
you have mending? I was just
I-
about to fix the
I-
chandelier before we left, but sure, spit in the ceiling.
I do have mending, and that's what I was doing.
Oh.
But yeah,
What a way to start it.
amazing. Yeah.
All right. Okay, perverts. So, you were able to fix the hole in the ceiling. Jeffrey stops gnawing on the chandelier, and Dominera composes herself, looks over at Winnie. That was very good magic. Thank you for the illusion. I do not think I am ready for snow.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's
Yeah, I'll ask next time. That's on me.
okay. She starts looking through like the books on the table, just kind of absentmindedly like flipping back and forth on pages, and like Rollins just like looks to her, doesn't say anything, looks back at all of you. So it sounds like you all are going to take some time to think about it. You at least have what sounds like 3 options. It does not matter to me where you go next. I would appreciate a heads up as to where you are going, and as always, I will provide information to you should it become available.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you again. Sorry about your ceiling.
Before we go, if everyone else is amicable, this includes you, Dominara. Would you be willing to host her for a little bit? I feel like here, away from everything else, especially a bustling town, might be a little easier for her to ease into than just being literally thrown in the deep end.
He looks over to Dominera. Scale of 1 to 10, how stabby are you? Solid 7.
I think how stabby she is, yes.
Where
She
he's
can
kind of behind
definitely-
her, like.
Yes. She's a 10.
Do you know how to read? A little bit. I think we'll get along just fine.
Great. Perfect.
And she can definitely stay in my quarters. So she doesn't have to stay here if I'm gone. To give you some space in this humongous mansion that you have.
It is a fortress.
Don't we need
Oh,
to,
yes.
repair and renovate your house, Proximus?
Who
For
better to fix
unrelated
it
reasons.
than my great Nelo sister who ruined my quarters?
She's welcome to sleep here. I'm sure I have a cot or a floor or something.
Also, this came out really nice while we were gone, by the way.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. No, it's very
great
tasteful.
work.
Should you all encounter any sort of improvements along the way, any cannons or anything that could be added, any mortars, I would love to boost the defenses as well. My next goal is to set up a seawall and some defenses from any attacks that might come from the ocean.
Okay.
If what would be really helpful is if you have dimensions for anything specific, just give us a little list. Otherwise, we'll keep an eye out. And as she's saying this, she's giving little Jeffrey uppies back up into the air, so that she's sending him up to the chandelier with mending, because he can use her touch spells to fix what
He goes
he's
up there
chewed
and
on.
just kind of brushes his hand against it. Flops his thing up there, just holds it for a whole minute, which is an eternity to a kid. Comes back down.
I love
Also, if it's okay with everyone, we can all reconvene up here, maybe anywhere in the 9 to 11 range tonight, and I can try and bring us over to Ace.
As far as I'm concerned, the immediate space here is public. Please try not to mess with my papers and everything, but this was not built for me to separate myself. This was built for you all to use. Please use.
Well, I'm offering if you want to come. And also, this is the highest point in the island, too, so I was going to come up here anyway.
Yes, I actually was building an observatory of sorts for that particular task. So we do have one of the towers. That is still somewhat under construction, but it's stable enough. And I will join you all.
Circular stairs?
It's a lift, actually.
Okay. That's good. That's good for me. Thank you.
I figured. Yes, accessibility.
All right.
Oh my
Fantasy
gosh.
accessibility.
It's like when you have a service come to your house that like you need to get those little booties on their shoes so that they don't get stuff like, but at the bottom of the tower he just has like a little basket of like different shoes of spider climb.
No.
It still bothers me when he has that permanently now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm creepy.
Surprise.
She
Hi,
doesn't
I'm Winnie.
have to-
I'm unsettling.
She doesn't have to climb around on things like she's in The Exorcist, and yet somehow she does.
Just walks around the ceiling the
And
whole
you don't
time,
even, she doesn't
screaming at
even
people.
realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is she bridging backwards? We don't know.
She's flexible. She's stretching. All right,
All right.
I'm gonna maybe head out, see if I can find my dad. Hopefully he's
Cool.
not being too much of a pain in the ass to someone. My hopes are not high.
What would your dad be doing at the time? That's a
That is
really
a-
good question. Fortunately, it's just time for break.
Listen, last time he was dadding and criticizing a construction worker.
He was. Now the construction workers are gone. He's probably playing golf. No. I'll figure it out. Well, we'll be back in probably about 10 to 15. Stick around. As a reminder, you can tip this wonderful cast. Anything that you are charitable and able enough to give gets evenly distributed when you give through Pally. Pally is a tool that we use that divides evenly based on shares anything that you are able to tip to this cast and crew. It's very much appreciated and can even impact our game. So if that's something you would like to do, consider the fact that you will make me sing a sea shanty if you hit a certain level. All that said, stick around, folks. Take care of yourselves, and we'll be back soon. Vast and welcome back to Horizons Call, everybody. I am Derek. I am your GM for this game. If you're just joining us, welcome. If you've been around for a minute, welcome back. If you were here for the last game and heard me say that I was going to change in between games, I lied. Welcome back to Horizons Call. If you were just joining us, another just reminder, actually a reminder for everybody, I don't care if you're just joining us, you can tip these wonderful people, our cast and crew, through our Pally. If you do, you can impact our game, and you can show a little financial support to these people. It's always a really nice thing to do, and you get the bonus of helping or hindering them, depending on what you give. So always consider that. You can always find the Pally link in our chat and also on our socials. You can actually give it any time, and if you give it like in the middle of the week, like on a Wednesday, it just goes forward to the next game that we have. So if you want to complicate shit on a Thursday, if you're having a rough Thursday and want to like have a schadenfreudic moment, do it. You know what? I will prepare a sea shanty just for you. I will serenade you with a one-person sea shanty just for you. Okay, let's jump back into stuff. So, do we have a black spot, or Mary, are you promoting a black spot?
I'm just chanting.
I have a black spot in my back pocket that just like, it's not part of the main plot. It's something I've always wanted to use. We might get there someday. Chances are we're going to play this game long enough. We'll get there eventually. But okay, so getting back into it, you all left Rollins, left Dominaria there to socialize, I'm gonna say with the biggest quotation marks around it, educate, learn about surface life, and hopefully not murder Rollin. Where
be
are
fine.
all? Acacia, you said you're going to go find your dad. Are you looking specifically for Curio?
I'm looking for the one that's older than the ocean. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. I am going to say, so they did set up a fencing operation here, as was the goal. You all have your contract with the Rosecrests over on Hillholm. And they have a brand spanking new Father's Fine Finds ... again. It doesn't say that.
Okay.
Curio really wanted it to say Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, but no, Darius wouldn't let that happen.
Thank goodness for him, Darius being like the level-headed one in this relationship.
Yeah, it would have been real bad if it just said, part 2, The Empire Strikes Back. It's like, yeah, they kind of did. Anyway, you find Father's Find Finds. I'm going to say that they have now had the opportunity to build their own place, which they didn't really have before. And so you find a very cozy shop that also has attached to it is actually the dining area, a cafe of sorts, outdoor seating. There's the smell of like baked bread and coffees and teas, and then literally connected in the same building on this street, or this main street of Phoenix Landing, you also have Father's Find Finds, and big window display, lots of goods in it. It seems like they probably have gotten some supplies in the meantime. I should ask, is anybody going with Acacia on this one?
I mean, if it's new, Winnie will go. If
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, unless Acacia wanted it to be.
Yeah, I can ask Mary.
can come.
Mary, did you want this to be a solo thing?
No, it doesn't need to be a solo thing, but I did have a question for you, Derek. I can't remember because it has been a couple weeks. Have you given us a full how the island has changed yet? And if not, even if you did, can I get a refresher?
Yeah, so this is the first time you all have really, you kind of saw it when it was just finished, brand spanking new, but this is when all the stickers have been ripped off, that film that's on the TV that you get to peel off and it feels really great. All that's gone. So it feels a little more lived in now. Plants have gotten a chance to grow. You can see that there is a new Plant Parenthood on the street as well. It gives you a lot of vibes of Korra, but with that new car smell. The cobblestone streets aren't fully complete yet. They're still working on that. But yeah, there are people milling about, kind of going about their lives. It definitely has a more lived in vibe to it. I think the tallest buildings in town are maybe 3 stories tops. So there are, houses that live above the businesses on Main Street. There are carts moving about. There are many more animals. There is a fountain. You can see that there is also a planned statue in honor of Korra, the city of Korra, because you used to have the statue of Caliban and Korra at the center. They're not doing that again. It's kind of just to the people that you lost. It is more to the people of Korra than Caliban and Korra themselves.
I can imagine there's also a bunch of tropical birds on lining the roofs of the houses.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's the other thing. As the ships come in, so do all the stowaway animals. So the island also, even when you're outside of the city, is louder than it was. It used to be maybe bugs. Now you've got bird sounds, you've got monkeys. There are people who have livestock now as well. So in addition to horses, there's, pigs, chicken. You have all the things to support this town without trade, but also from the ships that you all saw coming in that are docked, there is regular trade coming in and out. The trade is mostly, from what you can tell by the ships, coming from Anoth and Axia. The word really hasn't gotten out that this is a, wink wink pirate haven to come and sell your goods at. But the more you spread that word, and now you have a pirate ship kind of as part of your burgeoning navy, you will have that opportunity to have more and more ships as well. So, yes. So you're walking about, you can see that people are, walking around with street food. Pretty diverse population, as was Korra, and sitting on a bench outside of Father's Find Finds is your dad, Curia, and he has what's probably the closest thing to a newspaper in Damaris, and it's from what you can tell, it did come from Hillholm. It is sizably. It's a newspaper for halflings, so it is probably half of what a human newspaper would look like. But he's just flipping through it and trying to get the news. And as you come clopping up, his warforged eyes turn up to you. Hey, kiddo, you're back.
Did Winnie and Proximus come, or
Winnie would have? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, didn't we see them
less than 24 hours ago at the
So for
party?
a party, he's not like saying like you're back
Oh,
from your trip, but just
okay.
like, hey,
Just checking.
you know, yeah. I haven't seen you in 8 hours. Yeah.
I'll just give him a smile and like make my way up to him with both Winnie and Proximus. I haven't actually seen the shop yet.
I know. Thanks for stopping by. We had appropriately sized doors installed on all of the shops to accommodate.
We get the friends and family discount, right?
I mean, in this family, it's a 10-finger discount. Am I right?
Might as well be, yeah.
Yeah, no, come on in. The shop's good to go. You got anything you want to peddle or trade or buy? Then Father's Fine Finds is happy to accommodate.
I look at the other two. Do we have anything?
Winnie is already like in the stacks or whatever, like looking at stuff. I don't think I have anything cool to...
You have your extra set of armor, which you just noted a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah. I have this super medium set of armor.
Super medium set of armor.
medium.
Super medium.
It's some half plate, and it is in reasonable condition.
Lightly
Certified
used?
pre-owned.
There's like Winnie's little seal of approval on it.
Refurbished by Winnie.
Your name is written on the inside.
In Sharpie.
Like
Like going off to camp.
You all do enter this store. It does have you notice a lot of the doors are much wider. The entrances are much wider. Most of the doorways are just open to kind of accommodate for the tropical air and kind of air things out. But still, when you go inside Father's Fine Finds, that very familiar smell hits you, Acacia, where you're like, how do they replicate that? Where it's like it's tobacco and leather and like a little bit of patchouli and just like spices. And it's incredible. It's this wonderful blend of just like mercantry, and yes, there's armor, there's weapons, there's instruments, there's books, it's a general store. And Winnie, you slap your half plate up on the counter where Darius is standing. Hello again, Winnie. You are looking to sell your actually decently made half plate. Did you
Or trade.
Or trade? What is the origin? Where did you come by this? Did you purchase it in Forlimeril? Did you find it somewhere?
I don't know. My mom's got it for me. I could ask him.
Not necessary.
Probably.
Just trying to, track origin is always important for some goods. Let's see what I can offer you.
I get it.
No, literally, this is it's important to have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never
Don't
looked
wink at me
inside
like that ever again. Don't you ever do that again. How dare you?
I've never checked. Is there a little tag inside that says like main fall Amarillo, hand washed
Some
only?
of them do have a stamper's or a blacksmith stamp, blacksmith mark. So I can check for that. But regardless, it does seem to be in somewhat decent condition.
Oh yeah, it looks
obviously
kind of like a little check mark.
Used, pre-owned. Looks like smells like it's been sitting in a pocket dimension for quite some time. All right. Well,
It's like burned lavender.
Yes, it's like burned lavender. I suppose I could offer you $350 for it.
Yeah, okay. Are we supposed to bargain?
Okay.
Is it rude if I don't bargain?
Can you try?
500.
That's no.
Are you saying? 450.
No, roll for persuasion.
I had a brief panic where I was like, did you mean like $3.50? Because
Are you insane? What's wrong with you?
$350 plus the pretty book on the shelf.
19. I don't know. What am I rolling? Persuasion?
Persuasion. Yeah.
23.
375.
I don't know. I thought I was pretty persuasive. Let's try
Which is why I went up. Yes.
450. Wow, I was under the camera for both, like, all the screens. I was sticking out my hand for a shake.
450 is good enough for one of Acacia's friends.
Hey, thanks.
I would appreciate it though if you didn't sell my family out of business though.
Well,
Honey, please. That's no, not going to happen.
I wasn't trying.
I didn't
to.
think so.
I wasn't gonna bargain at all. I don't want to wear that. I want to get rid of that. Cool. And I think little Jeffrey is going to divest himself of he has his little dagger that he's had this whole time. By this whole time, I mean whenever I drowned that guy and
since he
Proximus
killed for it.
Yeah. Don't forget, you know how like you're supposed to, if you can, like stash a 20 or something in like a secret pocket in your wallet or whatever for like gas money? Was it just me? Yeah. So that, if anything happens to me, little Jeffrey has 10 gold.
A whole 10 gold?
If you need him. If you need it for anything, yes.
Maybe give him like a diamond or something. Maybe that's more appropriate.
He does have a shark tooth necklace.
Are you having Jeffrey get rid of his dagger?
Yeah, well, I mean, he can't use it unless I, like, wire it to his fin.
He hugs it and looks at you.
I was saying
you keep what you kill. You keep what you kill.
He can have it. I just was thinking maybe he would want to also trade.
Winnie, maybe take a look at that. That's concern. Those words are concerning. From little Jeffrey.
That is learned behavior.
Hey,
he sticks the knife back in his mouth and eats it. Mm-mm.
All right, that's fine. What do I care?
Anyway, this like while Winnie's bartering, I'm having like miscellaneous small talk with like Dad and everything.
Sure.
But as that's wrapping up, I kind of want to give like Darius a look, be like, I'm about to ask Dad something that he's not. I'm going to ask Dad something that's going to be stubborn. That's the like type of look. Can you back me up?
Yeah, he knows that look. I apologize for my dog. We have raccoons in our front porch, so you might hear barking from time to time.
Friends.
Anyway,
little five-fingered friends.
On to the dog. Yes, he gives you a little like nod and wink. And Acacia, I would also note, because you would notice this with your high perception and everything, there is thieves' cant just periodically throughout this shop, kind of like, safe defense, welcome in, things like that. The symbol of the Eve Walkers, all that kind of stuff is kind of like hidden in like the rafter beams, and like right behind Darius there's a sign that's just like, buy, sell, and trade. And then also below that there's like a little marker that's just like, hey, also,
Wink,
friends
wink.
too.
Okay.
Okay.
With that, I will also like motion over to Winnie and Proximus. We actually just had a question too that is kind of geared toward your specific skill set.
Okay.
Winnie, what was the name of that place again?
It is Halvaruk.
Do you know where Halvaruk is before it got flooded?
How do you all know what Halvaruk is?
Oh, I got this book. See?
I also would have not said this if there were any other customers in the shop.
Yeah, no, you all are. Yeah, you're all good.
Winnie will show the book. I assume Rollin would have given it back, because Winnie wouldn't have just
Sure.
left without it.
Yeah. It has been a very long time since I have had to think about Halvaruk. I spent some time in the Kingdom of the Cold Star. Did some time in the Kingdom of the Cold Star, as
Like
it
jail?
happens. Yeah, Dwarven jail is not fun. Not great. The cells are small, I should say. Okay. What, yeah, you all want to know where it is.
Do you know
yeah,
where it is?
Yeah, hey, he looks at Darius. Hey, babe, can I get, the world map, please? Bear with me. This, used to be land, so I only have landmarks that are now so far beneath the ocean. Okay.
Understandable.
Yeah, that's
Also, thank you for not being
Valid.
cagey like how you normally are when it comes to pre-diluvian stuff.
No, I mean, I'm not going to give you specifics on what I was put in prison for, nor what I was before I was this, because I'm your dad now, and that's all that matters. But
Yes, none of my business.
You all got shit to know and shit to do, and if I can be helpful, that's what I'm here to do.
I'm still curious how old you are, actually, but that's neither here nor there.
Winnie is vibrating with curiosity, but has the manners to like not say anything about it.
Age ain't nothing but a number. All right, so he pulls out the map, pings pretty generally to where I pinged before, this like cross point just south of Commander's Rest. Okay, so if I remember right, this was a hill dwarf kingdom. It was the oh shit, what were their fucking names? Cold Irons? The Cold Irons were the royal family at the time. Yeah, how do I want to put this? They were kind of set into, I mean, a set of hills, a pike, I guess is technically what you call it. Pyke, and had a number of fortresses they had incorporated. It was almost set into a valley or canyon in and of itself, so they had these really big dwarven statues and this massive gate. The gate of Halvarup was like a wonder. Like when you went to go see it, it was this thing that was like 100 feet tall, solid metal, etched in all this fucking glory and whatnot, and this impenetrable gate sort of deal. It was typically open. I mean, it was a trading hub for the most part to the Empire back in those days. But yeah, they had these big statues, this big gate, and then once you got in, there were all of these hills set out in this valley, which were partially being mined, partially lived in. I mean, it was a dwarven metropolis of sorts. Yeah, they had a bunch of material wealth, a bunch of valuable goods that they traded in and out. Like I said, I did some time there. They were well defended, had a really great city watch, although I'm not sure that's what they called them. City's not the right word, it's like every hill kind of stood on its own, but there was a connecting, like beneath the surface, it all became one, and there's this great hall of all these pillars, and it's just magnificence. Really, I mean, dwarves, when they put their fucking minds and axes to something, nothing stands in their way. And it really was beautiful in its time. And once I got away, I never really looked back there. And when the deluge happened, I mean, a lot happened. So they weren't exactly top of my mind. But as far as I know, I've never heard anything about them after the deluge. And as far as I know, they were one of the many, many places that did not make it.
Any very tall landmarks that might not be at the seafloor? Or maybe any mountaintops that might be very small islands in the area we can use?
I mean, you might have some that are part of the distant range that became Validus. The Imperial mainland now is all a big mountain range, so there might be a couple of tiny ones. Heck, there might even be volcanic activity in that area that might have formed something, but nothing substantial. And as far as I'm aware, Halvarup was well below sea level even at the time, so it's most certainly below sea level now. But there were other human settlements nearby that also traded with them. Former imperial towns that are no longer around. So you see them, you know you're getting close. Hell, the path might even still be there. Most imperial paths were stone. You go a little bit beneath the sand, you'll probably still find them.
But the gates you were talking about and the statues, those were tall enough to kind of peek over the hills? I mean,
they were tall, so it was, again, it's kind of set into a valley. So the valley was kind of a natural wall anyway, with hills kind of on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, it had a bunch of really great stuff to steal on the inside. The Kingdom of the Cold Star actually comes from the fact that the valley itself was formed by, I think, a meteorite that fell and actually created the valley. And all the chunks of that meteorite became the hills. The earth kind of impacted around them. So at the heart of the entire kingdom, the throne itself was said to be formed from whatever fell from the stars.
I'll look at Proximus and Winnie with a slight like makes sense type of nod.
Yeah, Winnie is just sort of like just kind of staring off into, the middle distance, like, something just flipped and oh yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, so did you happen to see this throne?
Yeah, at a distance, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I technically was brought before the king for quote unquote justice, but yeah.
At that, I give a slight look at Darius and be like the man you're fucking married to, dude.
Oh, don't look at him. He's done worse.
You never tell me all the cool stories.
We don't want you to recreate them.
I'm smarter than both of you, probably when you were my age.
Well, you were raised smart. That's the thing. I didn't have nobody teaching me how to throw knives and pick locks. I learned that shit on the streets.
Oh, wait, you do have an you do have an eye for we'll just say infiltration.
Yeah, I keep it in this compartment right here. Did you want to borrow it?
Can we?
Pops it out, hands you an eye that's essentially just a magnifying glass.
Winnie looks very awkwardly over at Proximus.
You asked.
It's a Warforged eye, so it's essentially like an attachment, like a telescoping attachment you can put to a Warforged eye. But it works as like a magnifying. There's 3 settings on it.
You need an eye. We have an eye.
If you could technically attach it to Winnie's goggles, I would give you advantage on investigation checks using sight.
Did Proximus not lose his eye?
No, it's gone.
That's what I thought. Also, you got a little quiet again.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh. Man,
yeah. Speaking of,
very touchy.
That's what I'm saying. Is can
no,
we just do a little?
The microphone is very touchy. Download the external thing that you can do.
Darius does actually look over. Speaking of Proximus, do you need a covering for that? I think I have not pre-owned new patches for that sort of thing.
I kind of like the look, actually, to be honest with you.
I'm just saying, we've got one, if you want to go more Odin with it, we've got that sort of vibe. If you want to go more piratey, we can do that too. Totally up to you.
Let me think about that one, because I kind of like the look, actually. But yes, I don't think it'll fit. It's an external attachment, correct?
Oh yeah, it's meant for clipping onto something. Like you could shove it into your face. I'm not sure it would help.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, it is not a prosthetic. It is meant to like enhance Curio's already semi-robotic eyesight, or to be
Right.
attached to like goggles. If you are looking for, actually, I'll have Darius says, Proximus, if you're ever looking for a sort of prosthetic, I can certainly try to find something. I'm aware that there are replacements which might even give certain benefits.
I just I'm trying to find out what I really want, like I know there's a need, but I just don't know,
Maybe let's just let it heal first.
Right. Yes.
It
Yes.
does look really fresh.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, are you kids looking to go to Alvaruk?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, nice thing is you don't have to worry about the gate. You can just swim right on down.
Would you say that between like the outside and the throne room, you notice any particularly interesting defenses that they might have had?
Like golems or stuff that might still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
Or unalive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember anything that was necessarily like overtly magical.
Mhm.
I don't remember any golems. The statues, as far as I'm aware, were just ornamental. I mean, I can't tell you what's down there, whether
Sure.
there's something still shambling down there or not. But I can't. Let me put it this way. I imagine that if there is something still in those hills, it's nothing good.
We all know that the ocean is terrifying.
Yeah.
It probably just made it worse. If there was anything in the hills to
It
start.
either flooded, or if it didn't flood and we haven't heard about them, then they've just been fermenting.
Mm.
And I don't mean that literally, although potentially literally.
Whatever was living there could have evolved over the centuries.
Mm-hmm. Fun stuff.
It's been a while.
Winnie's gonna go back to poking at the shelves while they're having this conversation. Browsing, I guess, is the
Mm-hmm.
proper word.
Yeah, poking is not a good shopping method.
No. Oh, Derek, who? Oh, you
Yes.
said the bakery is attached to the Father's Fine Finds. Who's in
Mhm.
charge in the bakery? From what I can tell, just by like walking by when I walked by.
That's a great question. Let me think about that, because I think that there's, well, actually no, I'm gonna say it is probably owned by and you're making me remember all of my NPCs now. I'm gonna say it's probably owned by Mama Maddie, I believe was her name, the
Mama Maddie.
the elderly descendant of Caliban and Cora. She is an octogenarian, so is not baking a ton of bread. So I'm gonna say that she has help. There are some like teenagers who work there. It's not Auntie Anne's. This is like Mama Maddie's bakery, and yeah, they've employed some of the local youths.
Yeah, they can. It's their first like teenage job as they entered the teen
You're
years
like,
and stuff.
welcome to Mama Maddie's. Would you like a dry pretzel?
I have no further questions for my dads, other than just shooting the shit because I missed them.
Yeah, they will happily shoot shit. Winnie, is there anything that you were shopping for? Did you want an instrument? Did you want a new little outfit for Jeffrey?
Do they have little Jeffrey-sized clothes?
No. Well, actually,
Toddler size.
Why would you
They ha-
ask that?
they have a pet section. Yeah, they have a toddler and pet section.
Oh
It kind of
my
like
God.
flows into it, so you can get like a cat outfit for Jeffrey that makes him look like he's wearing a little tuxedo.
He already has a tuxedo.
Fine, it makes him look like he's wearing a jester's outfit. I don't know. Tell me what you want. We'll roll to see if it's there.
Tell me
He
what
already
you
has
want.
a tuxedo. Duh, you fool.
Just tell me what you want.
How dare you not have his closet pulled up every game like I do? Oh gosh, there were specific things that I wanted to look for before we left, so I might have to come back. Do they, what I would like is like a diving belt, like not with weights, but like the kind of belt that has like the diving like net, where like if you're gathering like shellfish or something, you stick them in there.
Almost like a utility belt.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's for Jeffrey. I have my bandolier.
Okay, so you want Jeffrey to be able to hold a net?
Well, like it's a belt around. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm clarifying what you're looking for. I'm not judging you. You're taking this as judgment. Not yet. We'll get to the judgment.
Well, because like I don't want to just like have him open up and like try and put something in his bag of holding. Like I guess I could nestle it in him next to the bag of holding, but like
You don't want him to like open his mouth and shoot a net out of his mouth?
well, yeah, now I want that. But I'm just thinking about like underwater, it would be handy to have him carrying something that doesn't need, like I don't need to reach it into his mouth.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was trying to be
yeah.
practical and it just came out ridiculous.
Eva, my love. That is sure. That fashioning something like that would be very easy. Darius would sell it to you for a gold.
Perfect. Okay. I will
Like,
let
oh, you want a
everyone
belt
else-
for your Cabbage Patch doll? Sure, yeah.
He just crochets it. Okay, go. Everyone else, go ahead, and I'll. Yeah.
Jeffrey starts putting like batarangs in one of the pockets and like.
I just add them up. I'll pay for them later.
Sharkman. Mother, I'm Sharkman.
I pat his head again.
Where are they? I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, continuing.
Oh my god, so good.
Starts flying off. He grabs like a cape, perches up on one of the buildings.
He just poses there for a few hours.
This city, it stinks of crime.
He is suddenly lighted up, like over the hours, he's just suddenly lighted upon by all these colorful birds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Midgets.
While we're here, you two are both very well traveled. Do you know anything about a super secret fantasy castle at in the Broken Bridge region with like a big fancy gold monster thing? Anyone can help me out at any time.
I think if we're gonna keep digging for information, I will have you all roll for history as to how much, because having So go ahead and roll for history on that.
Ooh. I don't know what number this is. Oh.
Off in the corner, Acacia's browsing stock.
15.
Actually, we've gotten in a little bit of scuttlebutt from some of the sailors who have come through. Rumors, big fish stories, tall tales, they all travel among sailors. As I understand it, something about that was mentioned. Friend of a friend's cousin's uncle's brother was a fisherman in the Broken Bridge. Said that he sailed into, a rainbow or something, and saw a palace made of pearls and gold, and there was a giant monster that itself was covered in shiny bits, so much that it blinded him when the light of the sun reflected off of it, and they sailed away quickly before the monster could come after them. But supposedly just as big as the palace itself was this thing.
Does that sound like anything you've heard of before?
I should have asked this
not-
when
Rollin mentioned it. Does it sound like anything I've heard of before?
I don't think so. This is... Yeah, because it's a Marid thing. Like, everybody's
Okay.
like kind of
Yeah.
aware that Marids are a thing, but Marids themselves are like so magical that for the average person to encounter them, you're lucky if you get away. Yeah, I personally, I've never seen anything like that, but I am aware that the world is full of magical and wondrous things that are not meant to be seen by the average person. And I certainly have seen, buildings appear and disappear, and magic and this and that, and it could be a number of things. Do you have any idea? You're asking, so it seems like you have some sort of theory already.
We're just trying to piece some stuff together as part of our next trip.
Yeah, I have
where
no
we
idea.
might be going.
No, I know the Broken Bridge. I've been there a number of times to any number of the small islands around there. Most of them are very accommodating, eager to trade, small villages, nice people. Not
We might
overly
need-
militaristic in it by any means.
We might need to put that trip on the back burner compared to
Oh yeah,
the other two.
Figured it. I mean, that makes the most sense. I just figured like we could start gathering information now.
I believe we actually have a few. I believe one of our headquarters is for the Evewalkers is located among the Broken Bridge. I just can't remember which island it is. I'll think about it and see if I can find one of our maps and get back to you about that.
I mean, it would also make sense to open up trade down in that area, just in general.
Sure, let them know we're open for business if you head down that way. If you head any way, let them know we're open for business.
We can do that.
Oh yeah, I need to find
Which-
Gustip at some point.
Yes, which, thank you, Winnie, by the way, for advising Axia to do some trade. That has definitely boosted profits.
Oh, good. And we just left Tomortor with a friend? Question mark. I don't remember who we brought back with us.
I was literally going to say, Winnie, by the way, we have a new ship. We have a new crew.
Congratulations.
And we will
Wonderful.
be... I'm going to tell them to come over here to introduce themselves at some point. Talia and their partner, along with the rest of the crew.
Mercator, yeah. We got you a merchant ship for like.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
Merchant.
yeah,
Mercantry, yes.
yeah. Oh, you get to do that.
Are you all talking about smuggling?
I don't get to do.
Are we
the work.
talking about smuggling?
Yes.
Okay. So you're doing the wink thing. I just wanted to... I'm over here. Sorry. Smuggling's fun.
Yeah. No, we're going to send the crew over here at some point and have
Darius
them like
gets it.
acquaint all of y'all together.
Oh,
Since you'll be
feel free.
working closely from here on out.
We will outfit them appropriately. Oh, by the way, did you see Roland decided on a banner for the town? I'm sure you might have seen some folks wearing it on their armbands.
Is this what the watch was wearing? Up
Mhm.
Looks good.
Phoenix symbol. Bit on the nose,
Sorry.
but not bad.
So I'm imagining the symbol to look like the Is It symbol from Magic the Gathering.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah. I'm double checking that I know which one you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure I have it in my head.
But like just more phoenixy and not dragony.
Yeah. Yeah, that combined with the Pokemon Go red team, like the Moltres symbol,
Yeah, I'll put it in our chat.
kind of along those lines. But yes, very much kind of like almost that one even looks like the Rebel symbol from Star Wars, which I guess even technically was a phoenix if you watch Star Wars Rebels. So yeah, it absolutely does have like the wings on either side, kind of like a flame at the bottom, bird-like crest. And then there's, kind of a little more like filigree and symbolism to it. In addition, and there are patches that people wear. There are armbands for like the city watch. But again, Korra never really needed a city watch. You don't have like a militia force walking the streets. It's mostly there at the fortress just in case, and even then, skeleton crew. Again, because this is D&D, not literally.
Don't be a coward.
So, yes, we will make sure that they have all that they need for the ship. And honestly, it sounds like you all are starting your own little navy. I assume you are considering them still pirates, but should you want any form of uniform, we are happy to make sure that that becomes a thing.
I mean,
Probably not a bad idea for the merchant ship.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
We
let
will
them.
outfit them with
yeah.
the flag as well.
Perfect. Also, you have a lot of connections and a lot of interesting places if you happen to hear of where one might procure a submersible or a dirigible. Just keep us apprised.
I'm sorry, what?
Just in case.
As far as I'm aware, the only place to get a submersible is by prying it from the cold dead hands of a dwarven captain.
They don't live forever.
No,
not
but they
saying
do
we
pass.
kill
They
them.
do retire.
I'm just saying accidents happen.
And airships, dirigibles. I have had heard rumor that the what is it? To actually call it the Netherlands, the Nether region, whatever, the gnome homelands underneath the.
Please tell me you did.
Not the Nether region. Not the Netherlands. I definitely called it Netherhome. That's what it was. It was
Oh,
Netherhome.
yeah, yeah.
See, this is what happens when I don't have my iPad with like all of the full stuff I filled in on the map on it. Yeah, Netherhome is where the gnomes are. Although even that is kind of rumored because they are not on the surface. But we do have sources which say that in times of need, that is how they travel.
Interesting.
Okay.
But again, I don't believe that those are necessarily for sale.
Mm-hmm. Are you aware of any wrecks? Final question.
Winnie,
No, Winnie,
are
I'm not.
a dirigible or a submersible is not high on the priority list.
I mean, I'm just going off of what Proximus said. And yeah, dirigible seems sort of risky, but just in case.
If Lady Luck should send us one, we can snatch it, but maybe let's not go looking.
Oh, no. I'm just,
I'm gonna go tell the crew of the Star's Luck to head over this direction, maybe make some introductions. I'll see the rest of you later tonight. Yeah, we show up when we show up.
Okay.
What are you bringing up, sorry?
Beverages.
Oh, beverages.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody wanted to do aside from Keisha going to the crew of the Star's Luck?
Winnie was just gonna, troll the town for rumors about, Broken Bridge. If anyone was from there or recently been through that way or anything like that, but that's all she's doing.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably we'll go ahead and roll for persuasion. We'll see what you get out of this.
You said it, and then I just stared at things, and I was like, oh wait, that means I have to actually, roll.
Oh, rolls work.
18.
Okay. You find definitely some people who have been through there recently. I think there's maybe even I'm gonna say Tabaxi in town, who is not originally from there, is originally from Hexacotl, lived on one of the small islands for a while. Again, I don't have my iPad in front of me to tell you what one of the islands is named. But yeah, they lived there for a little while, did some sailing around, they say it's nice. It's a cozy place. Again, there's not a lot of like infighting because everybody is so close to each other. There actually are some pirate hideouts on there as well, where the pirates don't really like attack, and that it's just a nice place to kind of hide out. Piracy does happen a little bit on the ships that come from like Hexacotl to the Broken Bridge. That can be a lucrative kind of endeavor, or especially in the Narrows between Telecon and Hexacotl. That's a big pirating place as well. Rumor is that Ivornis and Gondala often have a lot going on, especially Gondala, because that is where the ongoing I guess it's technically a civil war because it is like one nation fighting itself, but it is the population of Knolls and the population of Leonin have like been in a cold to hot war back and forth for like centuries. But yeah, as far as that's like technically outside of what you would consider the Broken Bridge. That's like the far end of it. Most of the smaller islands of the Broken Bridge south of Brinestone, pretty chill, pretty stable populations. They, not like immense wealth, but comfort for sure. And also not a lot of storms there. Like that is probably one of the safest places to live in all of Damaris.
And just to be clear, Acacia, did you say you do have Animal Messenger and we can get a message to Nibirian tomorrow? Or should I, ask around for...
No, I can send it tomorrow if you ask me, but it's not prepared right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to be sure that was something we could do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise...
It's a second level spell.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So Acacia, you would find the crew of the Stars Luck just moseying about town. Might even find them in the town square, all just kind of hanging about, looking for place to spend their time, spend their money. You might even find them at the local tavern, which I'm not sure we've given a name to yet.
No, but we should open up a vote to give us the best names.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's open it up to the viewers and the fans.
Yeah, chat. If you have ideas for names for the tavern in Phoenix Landing, you may post them in chat. I will keep an eye out. You can also join our Discord at any time and post in Horizon's call chat. That's where I'm probably going to look more seriously because I'm multitasking right now. Hey, thanks, Moobot.
And that was me. I'm sorry I unmuted to type a command.
So, join our Discord. There's Horizon's Call chat. You can post ideas for the tavern at Phoenix Landing. Yes, so Acacia, you walk through the large doors, and it is, we'll say it's afternoon at this point, but darker in here, always in a tavern. There are a few windows open, but they're sitting around a table, and all raise a glass to you as they see you coming in, and Tavia stands up. Acacia, it's great to see you. What can I do you for?
Are you not drunk enough to meet some new folks you'll be working with?
Am I not drunk enough?
Are you sober enough?
Never. But I'm happy to meet whoever you'd like.
You can meet my dads.
I always sail best when I've got just a little bit of... That's a terrible thing to say.
Yeah, just don't finish that sentence.
All right. Yes, I would love to meet your dads. Are we dating? Is this a thing now? Mikura's probably into it, but just... Okay.
No, I'm not interested.
I'm joking.
They are the owners of the general store. The general store that you'll be helping sell goods that you transport.
General store, wink, wink. Yes. Okay. Yes, thieves' can't is just winking.
Audibly, you're saying wink, wink.
Yes. We're a semi-audio narrative. Wink, wink is sometimes important to say.
No, that's the thing. You say wink, wink as part of
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, thieves' cant is just saying wink, wink. It's how many times you say wink and how many times you actually wink. That's the thieves' cant. Yes. Let's crew stand if you are capable, and they all kind of shakily get to their feet a little bit. We're meeting parents. Smiles and appropriateness. Yes? Okay. I'm looking at you, and she's looking at the green dragonborn. Zip it. And it just goes, fuck.
They're gonna love you. They raised a four-legged daughter. I think they could handle y'all.
You know, like, turns back a little bit, like looks at you, goes, huh. Guess they did. All right. Never thought about that. All right. It's weird to say. Weird to say out loud. Yeah.
And then
Anyway.
I'll bring them over and introduce them, and then hand the scene off to like if Michael wanted to do anything.
Michael, is there anything you wanted to do?
Proximus would probably go back.
Super quiet.
You got quiet again. God, I'm having flashbacks.
Why? Yeah, why does this? I can't lock it.
That's good. No, you're good.
Weird.
I know it's a pain. New technology is never easy.
Oh, you know why? Okay. Anyway, all right. I'm learning. Proximus would go back to the redemption, check in with everyone there. Kind of tell this is Dominera. She gave this to me and took my eye. No hard feelings. We've moved past it. No big deal. And then he would, show her around the ship and stuff like that.
Yeah, Connery literally pulls in Dominera by the shoulder. It's all right, lass. I killed him once too. A terrible enough fight. And she looks at him. She goes, "You are a great warrior. I would love to fight you sometime."
Yes, that's just exactly why I fought him.
So yes, you show her around. She meets Sammy, who's just like, "Hey, hi, you're very scary. All right, yeah, okay, all right. Got stuff to do then. Don't want to turn my back on you. Sure don't. All right, just gonna back up this way, keeping my eyes straight on you, and
the whole time.
Yeah, and we're done. Okay. Yeah, I think.
What kind of Eric Gray is he again?
Albatross.
Yeah, so he's just side eye.
Yeah, literally just bird feet, just kind of stepping backwards. Yeah.
I love it.
You have triggered my fight or flight, and the flight is literal. Yeah, so you show her around. You show her your sleeping closet, captain's quarters, the helm, everything there is to see. She sees the mess hall. She sees where the men sleep. I think that's the part she connects to most. This reminds me of the cells that we slept in back home. Everyone just together, working towards a common goal. I like a ship. This is nice. Are all ships like this?
Most of them are like this in a certain way. They have all of the same things, but they do separate tasks. So some are for warfare, and some are for shipping things, and some are for sneakily getting by other ships.
What is this ship for?
This ship is and then I will tell her. The redemption was just
yeah, Michael, what's it for? What does the ship do?
What do we do here, Michael?
So
First mate Michael.
Explain to your nun sister what you do for a living.
Have you heard of pirating before?
No, tell me all about it. Is it a good thing?
It is a very honorable thing.
That's what they say.
You take things from people that don't need it and give it to other folks who need it more. Usually us.
Yes. We had We had a Triton like that. Robin. Yes.
Just like Robin.
Robin Flood. It's terrible.
Yeah. I do explain what first mate is in comparatively speaking, second to the general, blah 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 blah.
You're a leader, a captain, but not a captain.
Oh, right. Yes.
A lieutenant.
Yes. Some say Butterba, but
I never thought you would get any sort of rank.
Yes. Backhanded compliments. I missed that about you. But these are all surface things that you will learn in time, and then, I think you would be great at sea, on these ships. Someday.
Are other ships bigger or smaller than yours?
But there's all different sizes.
So yours is a baby ship. I understand. It's okay.
Just don't tell Connery that. He is a little, size sensitive.
I understand. Perhaps I will have a bigger ship than you someday.
It's not a competition, but yes, okay.
Her eyes narrow at that. Oh, Proximus. No.
It's always a competition.
Yeah, it is always a competition. I like the sea elf that you left me with. He is quiet and knowledgeable.
He's a very powerful mage. You would probably learn quite a bit from him.
It's good to know. I was considering killing him in his sleep. No, I will not.
I don't know how easy that would be, actually. But I may have wanted to pay to watch that happen before. But now that you are here and we are friends, we are such good friends. But we should come up with a way that we might return to the Nalos. Do you know when they might send someone if you do not return?
I don't believe that they will. I think that my mission was a do or die situation, and if I died, they were going to cut their losses. But also, if I never return, I believe that they were to... I'm not sure. I know that there was talk of perhaps going into full defensive mode. And I'm not sure what that would look like. Expanding borders, perhaps? But I don't think they'll send more zealots after you. That was my task.
I wonder if we showed up at the doorstep of the Nalos with other Tritons, what that would look like.
Perhaps chaos. Perhaps not. Also,
I have something for you.
Yes.
And he reaches into his bag, his haversack, and brings out a small book. This is what I found was the history of the Nalos. It was at a monastery that we went to when I got to the surface. And it has everything prior to Eula in it. I think you should read it.
I will do that. Also, I should have remembered, I left with one of our clerics a spell that was to inform him of if I died. So I also presume that as long as I am living, they will consider my task to be ongoing. It was a minor thing. I apologize that it slipped my mind. She takes the book from you. I feel that I will need some time after I read this, so I am going to return to the fortress. I imagine will be there tonight anyway.
Yeah, I will meet you there. Yes.
I should not take this in water?
Yeah, that is kind of how this parchment thing works. There are certain ones that you can take in water, but this is not one of them.
So far, the surface thing is very underwhelming.
Yes. Just wait till
Climbed
the
into-
winter time, and something with the sinuses, it's hard to.
No. She goes to climb into one of the longboats. If you would join her, and she heads back to land.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else from anybody before we hit night? Good, cool. Okay. So, evening arrives. You all meet back at Ron's fortress as you planned. Acacia, you are performing a spell to bring your friends along to chat with Ace.
It's not even a spell. It's just me mind linking and like hoping that it
Yeah.
works.
I think there was a homebrew spell or something like the connecting constellation sort of thing that we kind of attributed this to. But yeah, so go ahead and
We're
mind
flying
link.
by this. We're flying by the seat of our pants with this frickin'
Yeah, this
Star
is a special Acacia thing just for this game.
just a star druid thing in Damaris.
Oh, you don't get it? It's a Star Druid thing.
So I'm gonna mind link with Proximus, Winnie, and Rollin, and I don't think
Okay.
anyone else wants to come unless Marcus wants to come.
Marcus will be there as a Scarlet proxy. If that's confusing now because
please don't use the word.
Yeah, a Scarlet stand-in. If we continue into the next game, I don't imagine we will, but if we do continue the next game, we can replace Marcus with Scarlet. We can say Scarlet's also there. I believe.
Yeah,
that
we'll
you
say
have enough for that.
that's perfect because I can mind link up to 5 folks up to my proficiency bonus.
Perfect.
So you can have both. It's gonna be short because I only rolled a 1 on how long this is gonna take for our mind link.
Okay.
So yes, I'm gonna mind link all of us. I'm gonna sit down. Might not be a bad idea for you all to sit down.
Yeah, we'll say you do go to the observatory portion. So there is a lift that brings you up into one of the towers. And so you kind of have like the sprawling night sky above you. And with the open sky above you, you all sit.
Okay, so just as a precursor, I have done this 2 or 3 times. Once with friends. It worked. But just be aware this is only the second time I have done it. But it should be fine because this will definitely go better than the last time with Fia.
Maybe
Somewhere on the other side of the world, feathers shudder.
maybe we should have asked more questions about what happened last time before we got to this point.
No.
All right. Over
And
breakfast.
with that,
Do you remember this shared dream we had?
Yeah.
That.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that right now.
No. Okay. Okay, I'm
It's like-
good.
Yeah, I thought so.
What happened to the last security guard?
What do you mean early retirement?
Yeah, if you look at Proximus probably like rubs his pocket to his overcoat. His when you said her name.
Everybody go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw as Acacia looks to connect to the stars.
Oh, not because Michael just did psychic damage?
I didn't.
We are within 10 feet of Mikyl, so that's a +5, right?
Plus 5.
Correct.
Plus 5.
Okay.
Wisdom
Oh, nice.
5.
Oh,
27.
that's a plus 11 for me. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Dirty
Nice.
20.
24.
Okay. As your minds connect and Acacia connects to the stars, this is like last time you were just trying to take Fia on like a little trip amongst the stars. This time you're kind of like connecting a call. Like you're trying to connect to another star druid.
Yep.
So sleep isn't necessary since you're kind of like you brought everybody on Zoom and you're trying to connect another person.
Just a switchboard. I'm just the
Winnie-
phone operator.
Honestly. Winnie, what location do we find ourselves in? What location is Winnie thinking about? Like, what location is most present in her mind right now that everyone would find themselves in?
Of the 3, right?
No, of anywhere. What location would Winnie most find her thoughts wandering to first? Is it her home? Is it that rooftop with B? Is it the throne room of Fall Amarillo? Is it the back of Nibirian? Where would Winnie's mind go to first if she had to think of a place?
I think, okay, good. I'm really glad you weren't expecting it to be one of the 3 important places that we've been talking about all day
It's-
long.
Yeah. No, a place that Winnie has been.
Yeah. I actually think it would probably be the sea floor. It's kind of like the Mediterranean, where it's like a lot of open, sandy, like there's not quite as much sea life as you would hope or expect. Nothing gorgeous like Fall Amarillo. But there's some broken buildings sticking out here or there, and a lot of rocky outcroppings. And one in particular, it looks like a rock fall, even though there's not really anywhere for it to have fallen from at this point. And it's where she and Vilkis first met. It's where she first found the
piece of the astrolabe.
thank you.
Mhm.
That yeah. It probably had a name, but it's where her ghost mentor was.
Cassandra, if I remember right.
Yeah, I always mixed it up with
With names
Iliosis.
because they were
They're very
because they were
similar.
both
I think it is Cassandra,
Greek,
though.
Greek women names.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that's what it was, but I will double check.
Yeah. Like there's some seagrasses and some fish kicking around as they do. But it's not. Yeah.
So I will say, Woody, you all find yourself in the same place. A place that most of you have never seen before. When you know that just behind where that rockfall is, there's a door. A door you're very familiar with.
And we can see each other, right?
Yeah.
Acacia, did you mean to bring us here?
I did not. I was aiming for the far, far cold frozen north.
Yeah, this isn't there.
And
brain is weird.
It
you all
is.
would see each other as like the general form. Like the form of Winnie is there, the form of Acacia is there, but you are formed of void and star stuff. Little just sprinkles of light all about you.
Wait, check in. Is everyone okay? Does everyone feel okay? Any weirdness? I want to make sure that everyone is safe. They have all their mental faculties.
I'm still kind of hungry, like maybe I probably should have had a little more dinner. But it also kind of feels like the idea of just being a little bit hungry, so I don't know. But I think I have all of me.
Proximus, Marcus, Rollin.
I'm okay.
I think I'm.
Oh,
Just like touch him. His hand goes into the void of his form.
That's weird. Don't do that.
It takes a while to get used to this.
Yeah,
That
Roland,
tinkled.
this is that place I was telling. Well, I don't know if you were there for that holiday letter. Yeah, I wrote it to the mums.
Ostia, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
good memory.
I read all of your letters. Yes, in fact, thank you.
Since we're here, I mean, we might as well go inside. Do you want to see where Acacia? That's where I found the astrolabe. That my part of the astrolabe. Oh, actually, that does make a little more sense now that I think about it.
Sure.
Winora, I'm not sure that what's on the other side of that door is what you think.
Well, there's only one way to find out because
Winnie's already like heading towards the door to open it. What do you mean? It just goes right into the cave thing. Ruins.
Do you open the door?
Oh well, yeah.
Okay. You
It's
open
Winnie.
the door to a sprawling frozen landscape, like where you have been in somewhat deep water. Like you can still get enough sunlight where you are. It is very Mediterranean feeling to almost like evening in the polar north. Like you can see an aurora borealis on the other side. Winter chill is blowing towards you through a door somehow into an ocean. You feel both warm water and freezing chill as your body opens, as you open this door. And you look out to see in the distance are figures moving on this otherwise impeccably white, unmarred landscape.
Hey, yeah, so it doesn't go into the cave ruin things, and it's really cold.
This part I semi-recognize, though not the specific location. Because I'm assuming they did start moving, right, Derek?
Yes. Okay. It looks like you picked our transition point, Winora.
Oh, that's okay then. Well, wave goodbye to Ostia, unless you want to hang out here for some reason. It's okay.
I have a feeling that if you open any door,
Yeah.
this will be on the other side.
Yeah, there's not a lot of it's a sunken ruin, so there's not really. This is the only door we've got. Anyway, seems weird for me to be the first one through.
Proximus walks through.
Oh,
Yeah.
we all go through.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
Winnie
it is.
holds the door as everybody's like, I don't know, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is Winnie still talking? I'm sorry.
You all cross the threshold into the frozen north beyond, and Acacia, you can absolutely see a familiar group of orcs, elves, one
Arson Greg.
warforged, Arson Greg, yes, half orcs.
Hey, I know that
including Arson
guy.
Greg.
We don't know him as Arson Greg, but it's great.
Yeah.
So we
All
recognize
bundled
him.
up, all traveling. There are mammoths pulling sleds, and some larger figures as well. But yeah, that's what you see. They're not very far from you. You'd be able to reach them pretty easily. But even though you can feel the cold, you definitely aren't getting the full blast of it. It's not like you need to bundle up. Like you can tell it's cold here, but it doesn't hurt the way you know it would. It was considering none of you are bundled up for northern exposure. Great show. You would be able to get there somewhat quickly. Still made of star stuff.
I don't want to go running up to the group, but I do kind of want to like reach out with my head, my mind, not necessarily yelling, but like Ace. But I don't want to like go right up to the full group because I don't know if other people can see me. I
Yeah.
haven't tested this yet.
You watch as one figure, humanoid in shape, bundled up, just stops, lets the group kind of pass them, and they turn, and in case you would see a very familiar metallic face. And yeah, they come just, kind of trudging up through the snow towards you. Hello, Acacia. Fantastic to see you again, and you've brought friends. Hello, friends.
These are
Hello.
my friends. Winnie,
I am-
Proximus, Marcus, and Rollin.
I am Ace. It is a pleasure to make all of your acquaintance. Acacia, your power has grown exponentially since the last time we spoke. I'm very impressed.
I'm stubborn.
That will get you very far.
Does someone else want to start off? Because we kind of have a question for you and your specialities that are actually not druid related. But I
Okay.
have the least amount of. I'm tired. Bringing 4 other people was a lot.
Yes, you're traveling with baggage. No offense to the baggage. What questions did you have? I'm happy to be a resource to any of you. Rollin kind of pushes forward. So, what do you know about elder magic, if anything? Are you familiar? Is this a waste of time?
I wouldn't have
think-
recommended Ace if they didn't know anything.
I think what
You're
my
coming
brother...
in a little hot.
Yeah.
It's freezing around here. Maybe that's a good thing. Ace just like, if they could bitch smile, they would. It's hard to do with a metallic face.
What if they just like the little face goes in and it rotates and then there's another facial expression?
Yeah, the metal just like cracks a little bit in the frozen
The Lego head.
area.
But I also
Yeah.
know they're partially made out of wood and not just all metal. So
Right.
The
I'm very familiar. Thank you. Yes, I'm. What questions did you have about elder magic? I have no teeth to grit. I have no mouth and I must scream.
Winnie is going to like put a hand on Rollin's like forearm or just arm and just kind of like lean in and be like, hey, let's kind of talk about like, catching flies with honey, just she's just gonna take him off to
Wants
do
to
a little
catch
aside.
flies. He's like turning
Yeah,
back.
okay.
Who wants to catch flies?
Okay, let's try this a different way. And that will leave Cation Proximus to ask the relevant questions.
where to
So we
start?
have a mission.
Yes.
How
It
long
involves
until
elder magic.
how long until you get to the capital?
Oh, a few days at least. It has been slow going, and I believe we were going to stop off at one of the other cities along the way first, if I remember right. We're going to, because Savitar is the capital, and it's quite a distance off at this point. We were going to stop off at Ukavon, which is along the way. Honestly, there's probably another one that we could hit as well if we were just checking off places. Ushtar Moldva. Did you need something at Savitar?
Kind of look at Proximus and then how much was Marcus told about everything?
Marcus is pretty aware. We can say that like anything that you don't want him to know, he doesn't know. But yeah, Marcus is pretty familiar with what's going on.
And like what we're doing and stuff.
Yes.
I don't know the best way to explain this, but there is an artifact I hate using the term that we're trying to put together. I look over at Winnie and where she's talking with Rollin that we don't particularly are apprehensive of using,
Sure.
but acquiring the pieces until we figure out what we want to do.
I understand.
One of those pieces is in the capital.
Ah. Well.
And you know
Does that mean-
archaeology, and you were heading there.
Does that mean you have interest in visiting as well?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Honestly, that would be a great boon rather to us, as the capital, I have heard rumor, and some of our scouts have recently confirmed, is occupied by frost giants. This is where they went. And as I understand it, they have a few Goliath tribes they have indentured into their service as well. A small standing army. So we were trying to go in as quietly as possible, but having someone with skills such as yours, and I imagine your friends, would be quite helpful in that. And as I said, we have cities to explore in the meantime that are much safer than those overly inhabited by frost giants. So we could take our time and drag our feet if you did want to make your way up here.
I look at Proximus. Do you think you want to make more friends with giants?
It is a good lead.
Again.
We have aligned goals.
The thing is, we are very, very, very far away from the north right now. And
Certainly.
all of our leads are literally in 3 opposite directions. Like northern and southern hemisphere.
Like
type.
somebody planned it to be that way.
I don't think it
Yeah,
was
whoever did that's a
planned.
real dick.
Yeah. Like a god of stories and narrative. What a jerk.
Choices, right? Who needs them? Oh, so much. I wish this was so much more of a railroad. You know what I mean?
It would make the choice so much easier. There's benefit to all of these directions that we are going in, and we have information on all 3. When a question for you is when do you think that you are going to be available to make it to the? You said you have places to see prior to going, but is there a time frame in which we would need to meet you?
Give it a couple of months and that should be fine. Honestly, like I said, we could reach Savitar by the end of the week. Or we could reach it in a couple of months. It all depends on where we want to stop along the way. I'm honestly happy with dragging my feet. I'm not overly eager to encounter an army of frost giants at this point in my life. Though I am made of metal, metal still crushes.
Crashes and it breaks. And do I know if
And-
they're like a soul crystal holder type of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ace is an ancient druid who probably lived maybe around the same time your dad did. Yeah, continued their druidic form. So, yes, if I'm lucky, my crystal gets crushed and I get to pass on to the next. If I'm not, I'm stuck here in a ball forever. Right, so, yes, if you all would like to offer your help, it is gladly accepted. If you all would like to take your time, simply reach out to me when your voyage is expected to embark and disembark, and I will plan accordingly.
I'm assuming it's out of the question for you to retrieve it for us, but it definitely sounds like that's out of the question based off of
I
what
could
you've seen.
try.
I don't want to put you in
also-
that danger.
Some of these orc cities do have teleportation circles. We've yet to uncover one from the cities we're going to, but I could try sending to you if we find a teleportation circle and you have one to travel through. That way you don't have to sail all the way north.
I point at Rollin and I just say really loud, "Can you send it to him?"
Yes.
I cannot use a teleportation circle. But that motherfucker can.
You do know that Rollin has a room in the fortress as a designated teleportation room, where he is preparing a permanent teleportation circle. The whole thing with that is it has to be cast literally every day for a year to become permanent.
So really, we'd just be helping him out. If he needs to cast it anyway.
Rollin.
Yes. Excuse me, Winnie, your friend. Jeez.
Yeah.
You're being so rude.
There might be a teleportation circle up here.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know in case you wanted to come up yourself at some point.
Okay, thank you.
It's also better than us taking, 6 months round trip.
Yeah, what would that travel look like? Let's see. So to get there, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, probably 90 days one way. So yeah, 180 days.
Wow,
Round
that
trip,
was
not-
not that number was pulled out of my ass. Hell yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
great guess.
So, so would he just need to know abstractly where the other circle is, or would we have to do like another
So
thing like this
teleportation
for him to
circles.
see it? Or
Yeah, teleportation circles have like almost like a
Codenames.
what do I, well, like a barcode to them, right? They have a certain
Stargate, yeah.
they have a password. Yeah, they have a Stargate. They all have a password that is like etched into, that's what this one is. If you type in this phone number, it gets you to this teleportation circle.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of cities have them. It's like, oh, this is the teleportation circle code for New York City
90210,
from
sure.
Boston. Yeah, that's New York's area code. Nice job.
Well, I
Or
started
zip
saying
code,
it
whatever.
when you said New York, so
Okay. So yes, as long as you know the Stargate code that exists around the teleportation circle, you can teleport there. That's also why teleportation circles are dangerous, because like you can infiltrate a city that way. So that's why a lot of times in places, teleportation circles are also in like fortresses or places that can be defended from
just
without.
like a Stargate.
Yeah.
Just like a Stargate. What's that, Jason Momoa? What are you doing here?
Jewel State. Perfect. Good. Yes. I don't have any other questions, unless we happen to know who any of these indentured Goliath tribes might be.
Because we do know some.
Yeah, I mean, we want to help them
Goliaths, yeah.
regardless, but, you know.
Ace, would you be
I'm-
willing to tell us more information as you come by it?
Absolutely. I will send to you when I have pertinent information. Like I said, I will travel to one of the nearby cities first and do a little digging around. I will let you know when I uncover a teleportation circle, and I will contact Rollin when I have the proper information that he would need to utilize that teleportation circle.
I would like to not be on the seas for 6 months again.
Fair enough.
But
Also, that's a one-way trip, isn't it? So it would really be like,
It's 180 days total. It's
Yeah.
90 days just to get there.
yeah.
So
sorry,
three
this,
months to get
time
there.
trekking in. Yeah.
sorry this wasn't purely a social trip. But
I am happy to be a resource whenever I can be. It is always nice to chat with a fellow Star Druid, and it's nice to meet most of your friends.
It was really nice to meet you, and
It was a
it'll be
pleasure.
nicer to meet you and hang out when we don't have like a time limit thing. I don't remember
Absolutely.
what happens when it goes up. Do we just like wake back up?
Fade out.
Yeah.
There's I will say at this point, when you're asking these questions, you notice that Marcus has wandered off and is just like transfixed in one of the bundled up half orcs who is also transfixed at him. And Marcus is just like, I feel a weird sort of connection to you. This half orc just looks at him and goes,
Brothers?
Fire hot.
Jordan, I can see
Fire
him.
burn. Mm-hmm. They like go to touch fingers for just a second and pull back, like, no. This can't be. I need to go home. And just Arthur Gregg looks at him and goes, yeah.
You
Stuff
are
melts.
home.
Points at his heart. Home.
I lean over to Ace. Is that the one? That's the one. Like, it's hard to tell through all the fur, but that's the one who's really good at making fires, right?
I think so.
Why can we see Marcus?
Well, I don't know that. That's honestly, none of them should be able to, but he's had some things to say recently that have been interesting, concerning. I'm glad snow can't catch on fire. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, alchemist's fire, maybe.
Arson Greg's ears like perk up.
Wave over to him.
Yeah, he doesn't see Winnie, but he could like hear like a ghost voice, like alchemist fire. He's like,
Oh no. Oh no.
That's me an idea.
It's just words, Greg. It's just words.
Greg is the next BBEG.
It is at this point that the hour begins to fade, and the mind link it can no longer be sustained. Keisha, I suppose you could stay if you wanted to, as long as you were able to hold this form. You did say it was tiring, but the
baggage
rest
is
of
gone.
You can stay if you
the
want to.
baggage is gone.
You can leave
Yeah.
your friends behind.
Yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit
'Cause
to
you-
admire the Aurora Borealis, but
Your friends
Yep.
can't trance, and if they can't trance, then they're
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you all fade back to find a sleeping acacia amongst the blues and blacks of the night sky and the twinkling stars above. And as you, if any of you were to look up just briefly, you could swear there was a constellation there, one that you hadn't seen before. Or at least maybe a new one forming. Who knows?
What does it look like?
you should draw it
Constellations, I mean,
later.
are amorphous. You know, they're kind of like stick figures of sort. But I don't know. Like if Winnie was going to try to wrap her mind around it,
Uh-huh.
maybe a centaur.
Oh, good. Okay. It's not like a half-orc.
Yeah, it's Arson Greg is now 1,000 feet tall. He is going to consume the earth.
I mean, like, I'm very pro half-orc. It was more like the concept of Arson Greg obtaining some sort of power to constellationize himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just imagine
It's
him
a-
becoming a burning ball of gas.
It would bring him so much joy.
Right.
Perseus, Hercules, Arson Greg.
You're in good company, sir.
The great heroes of old. Hercules, 12 labors. Perseus, kill Medusa. Arson Greg, burn stuff.
When you will wave at the partially formed new constellation and make her way to bed.
Okay. That is where we're going to end for tonight. As Acacia slumbers beneath the stars, the rest of you head to your particular homes. Proximus, I'm assuming, returning to the chaos of the night before. It has like detritus still floating around. Maybe you can sleep on one of those floor cots that Rollin has. And yeah, Acacia, you can stay there until the morning when you will awaken and have an adventure waiting
I
for
would
you.
put a little blanket over Acacia if it's
Sure.
to keep the chill off.
Over my rump.
Yeah.
And I guess we will decide on where you all are going next time when Kayla's back. We at least have some
Nice.
information to work with. As you all decide what point to go on this Trident path. There, I worked the title in.
There we
Thank you, everybody,
go.
for joining us for Horizons Call. Again, my name is Derek. I have been your GM for this game. My last name is Sword. Yes, it is my last name. Yes, it's also no, you can't have it. I use he, him pronouns. I have been your GM, your guiding compass, as we navigate the treacherous seas of tomorrow's one last time. If you enjoyed this game, if you enjoy this cast as much as I do, honestly, how could you not? They are fantastic. You can tip them through our Pally. If you are financially able and willing to do so, you can even impact our game by showing your support, your financial support through Pally. So, if you tip, you can give advantages, you can give crits, you can give black spots, which are complications. And if you do that, I will also sing a sea shanty. I am contractually obligated to do so. You can even do that when we are not playing. The Pally is always available through our social media, through our beacons, and is always available in chat as well. And if you do, just whatever you happen to impact just gets fast forwarded to the next game, and is always very much appreciated. I'm going to have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves, where you can find more of them, and then we'll do some channel stuff, and then I'll let you all get back to your night. So, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out, tell us a little bit about your lovely self.
Hello, I'm Mary. You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr, all at Archmage of Dice. Not super active on social media right now, but that's where I am. As always, you can find me here on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, playing your lovely Star Druid and Soul Knife Rogue Centaur Acacia. And on the November 19th, no, not 19th, 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be running a game of Moon Sailors. Cast has not been announced yet, but it's a lovely little questions only GM-less game about people sailing amongst the stars and their stories. That's all I got. The only other thing that might be going on right now is I think we decided on November 10th. That's Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Super secret, hush hush, hasn't been announced yet, but I'll be coming back for season 2 in an Avatar Legends game over on Valdrian's channel, and I'll be bringing back my character Wong, who at the finale was leaked to be a firebender, where I've been posing as a non-bender the entire first season. That's all I got.
Awesome. Definitely check that out. Eva.
Hi, hello, I'm Eva. You can find me most places at the Eva Serrate. Sometimes you can find me at Eva Serrate. Kind of hit or miss. Social media is a hellscape at the moment. I am going to be running some mod appreciation 10 candles coming up. Once I finalize dates and stuff for that. I think that's all I have. Super sorry if I've promised anyone anything more specific, because I don't remember. But yeah, otherwise you can just find me here every Saturday playing Winnie.
Wonderful. Last, absolutely not least, Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl, he, him pronouns. You can find me at Mikyl Sandoval on all of the places: Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr. I post my art. More importantly, I am all over the Sword and Key Discord channel. I'm a mod there, and also I post all of my art there first. So if you really want to see the arts that come through, just check us out there.
Amazing. Special thank you to Mikyl, as always, for doing the character art for this game, for actually our game tomorrow. Also for the intro music, not music, art that Mikyl did. My brain is fried today. But yeah, for the incredible intro recaps art that Mikyl created. Absolutely fantastic. Definitely check him out on our server, on all of his socials. Check all these people out. Support them in any way you can. If you want to follow me, it's dsword16 in almost everywhere. I do have beacons, beacons.ai/dsword16, but most of the stuff I do is for Sword and Key, so please follow Sword and Key first and foremost. The stuff I do on my personal is every now and then I'll post like a dad joke or some bad pun or something, and then I just repost Sword and Key stuff. So as far as Sword and Key stuff goes, let's see, tomorrow 10 a.m. Pacific time I will be back running Humblewood the Unwelcome Winter, which is an ongoing 12-week campaign of Humblewood, where the little humble folk are trying to solve to end an otherwise endless winter. I have a fantastic cast for that, and they have just gotten themselves into a bandit fight that got even worse thanks to a complication. So they're now also being attacked by Perytons, which is a stat block I've always wanted to use. I'm very excited about it. Other stuff, I had the calendar up for a reason. Monster Crush is a podcast I do with my friend LD, and it's a great podcast about just finding love in the horrifying. It's a podcast about monsters, creatures, and cryptids, and it's bi-weekly. I had a whole thing for it. Anyway, it's like pansexual as hell. So if you enjoy monsters, learning about monsters, and also think that they deserve a smooch every now and then, check out Monster Crush wherever podcasts are found. Like I said, we should have an episode released tomorrow. And then earlier today, we had an episode of Pulp Cthulhu, the second half of Pulp Cthulhu. That was basically the end of our Sword and Spooky month for October. We don't have necessarily anything else planned. However, there was a game of Sunken that is getting rescheduled, potentially rescheduled. So keep an ear out for that. We will probably keep the PatioWare campaign going in case that does get rescheduled. But like I said, tentative, we'll let you know. Follow us on social media. Join our Discord. You can also join our Discord through beacons.ai/swordandkey. Find all of our links there, including the links for this Pally, for any ongoing charity campaigns that we have. You can donate, do all the stuff there. So, yeah. And then also, again, if you do have ideas for the tavern name for Phoenix Landing, you can also join our Discord and post them in the Horizons Call chat. Otherwise, Horizons Call will be back every Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. We probably will be taking a holiday break here soon, but we don't have a solid date for that yet, so we'll let you know. Humblewood will be back every Sunday until the 12 weeks are up at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then, as Mare said, there is a game of Moon Sailors, which will be 4 p.m. Pacific time on November 9th and November 16th. Those are Thursdays. We will likely have other casting calls out, and we will be planning stuff for the new year. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We always post our casting calls first on our Discord with a brief delay before we post them to socials. But if you want to first eye on them, join our Discord. It's the way to do it. Other things... Okay, that's okay. I think actually that's it. I wanted to make sure I didn't have any messages. But yeah, I don't think I'm forgetting anything for once. Thank you for joining us for Horizons Call. Again, it means a lot to us from the bottom of my heart for Sword and Key. Thank you. And we'll be back next week with a full cast. Until that time, fair winds and following seas, brave mariners. Take care of yourselves.